It's not worked, has it?
Twitch can go fuck off. Like for some reason, Twitch is not wanting us. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what's up, guys? Today we're doing nights 5 to 7 because obviously we couldn't do yesterday because I had to go to the hospital, which I'm sure most of you know about. But we're here to review nights 5 and 7, nights 5, 6, and 7 of the G1. But before we do that, obviously, some of you might not have been in streams since the passing of Hulk Hogan, so I just wanted to touch on that before we get started. And obviously, I want to send my condolences to the family of Hulk Hogan, regardless of what we may or may not feel about him as a person. We cannot ignore the contributions that he made to the wrestling business. So I wanted to firstly send my condolences. And Reece, I know that you've already sent your condolences, but I wanted to know if there's anything that you felt you needed to add after the fact.
Just something that I mentioned the other night because I was on Nick's channel. I know Catherine will understand because Catherine watched. The only thing I want to say is I've made my peace in terms of Hogan. Everyone knows I was not a fan of Hogan, but I will obviously make respect. But one thing I'm not going to have on the channel, and if I see any of it tonight, all the guys in the chat, Zodiac will likely be here shortly, but if I see any point scoring tonight about, oh, this person was worse than XYZ and all that shit, it's immediate ban from the channel. For the rest of the day, I'm having none of the point scoring bullshit, right? I don't tolerate point scoring unless it's Man United and Liverpool, then it's our clubs that are point scoring, which Josiah will understand. I will not
that's completely fair.
I will not have point scoring about someone's death. If you want to do point scoring, go do it on someone else's channel, not mine. Funnily enough, Zodiac, you've just dropped in. Zodiac, rewind 15 seconds because you're in charge. You know the score.
Yeah. That's an important thing to make. Whatever you want to say, you're free to share your views on Hogan as a person, but do not link it to his death in any way.
Absolutely. Let's get this link. Let's get the video likes up. Let's get the share stream.
And to everyone sending all of their support to me, thank you very much. And hopefully I will be back to normal as quickly as I can.
We'll get you up and running, mate. Don't you, buddy? We'll get you back up and running. It might be your football team that kills you later, but hey-ho. But yeah, as you guys know, me and Josiah are big New Japan fans, but it's good to have someone else within the community of the Weekly Steelchair run the channel in the sense as the main host of New Japan content, and anything else we do cover Japanese wise. So I'm gonna throw over to my boss man. Like, you guys know the score. Josiah's the boss when it comes to New Japan, so because I let him run it. So big man, over to you.
Okay, so to start with night 5, we are going to firstly go through a review of the matches. So the matches were Sanada versus Boltin Oleg. We had Yuya Uemura versus Callum Newman. We all had Evil versus Taichi. We had Tsuji versus Oiwa.
Yes,
then we had a very intriguing main event for night 5, which was Tanahashi versus David Finlay.
Well, we have a new name for David Finlay, and I think we can all agree.
Yeah. I think I might have seen this. Is it David Finlay now? Yeah.
Yeah, David Finlay. We've got Finn Balor and we've got David Finlay.
Always a pleasure to see you, Roshan. Good. Hope you enjoyed the stream.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We really do appreciate it. But yeah, one thing I want to say as well, I thought was really funny over the three nights that we're going to cover. He's not on the thumbnail, but he's going to be on the next show thumbnail. We need to start giving a big, massive shout and praise to the boss himself, Sanada, because Jesus Christ, what was he wearing on Friday?
Yeah. Sanada and his choice of attires, they are honestly the funniest thing about New Japan at the minute.
I honestly,
we might actually need to start calling him Sanada by Elegance at this point.
He actually makes it seem plausible. I mean, it was absolutely funny. He was wearing
Yeah.
First of all, I will never understand the idea for a man to wear a mankini, but it was absolutely fucking funny that
Yeah.
he was wearing a Giant Gonzalez bodysuit with a black mankini on the front.
Yeah. I mean,
And
I thought that we'd hit the tip of the iceberg when he came up with the fishnets. Yes, I
yeah,
am English bleach fans.
we absolutely did think he hit the top of the iceberg, but absolutely not. Oh God, no, Fernando, no, no. But yeah, wow. Friday night was probably, if you had to rank the days by, if you had to rank all 3 nights by which was better, I'd say Friday night was probably the second best. I think Saturday was better.
Yeah. Night 6 was the best. And then
Night
I'd
7 tried
say,
week.
yeah. No, I found that a chore to watch today.
Yeah, I was like, At
Yeah.
least we got a couple of days.
Which will probably explain why when we get to night 7, I will say no, there's pretty much not much for me to say on night 7 apart from the
No,
results.
absolutely. So whenever you're ready, and whilst I'm at it, I'm going to just check I may as well check the Euros final score. Oh, it's
Last
penalties.
time I checked, it was again.
It's got the penalties. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to do
Oh
actually, because
God.
I've got it here. I'll turn on my monitor to the right. I've got my other 2 monitors off. I'm going to see if I can get it on here, and I'll keep tabs on the penalty shoot. Actually, yeah, I'll keep tabs on the penalty shoot for you.
Okay. So to start off, we're gonna obviously start from the first match, which was Sonada versus Bolton Oleg. So in this match, it was pretty much the exact same as every Sonada match. We start with Sonada ambushing his opponent, and then they go to the outside, and Sonada picks out a body part. And today for Oleg, it was the leg.
Yeah.
So we had loads of leg-based offense on the guardrail, on the ring post, all of that stuff. And then once they get into the ring, Bolton Oleg manages to counter and then hits his bomb and then his Bolton shake where he gut wrenches Sonada for a few. Yeah, we all love New Japan here, except from when Gedo decides that he's not going to book people properly.
We are going to torture him tonight.
Yes, we are. So we get into the whole gut wrench sequence for Bolton Oleg. And then they go back to the outside, I believe. And then once they get back into the ring, Sonada does this thing where he kicks the rope and low blows Oleg. And then he follows that up with a magic screw to the outside again. So there's a lot of outside based offense from Sonada in this match. And in every Sonada match. They eventually do get back into the ring, and then as has been this cause and has been the main crux of Sonada's G1, this identity crisis. He completely forgets what he's supposed to be, goes for a moonsault, misses again, and then gets caught in the kamikaze position. He evades the first attempt, but then he gets caught in it again, and then Oleg hits him with it for the 3.
It was a good match overall, and when you look at the 2 of them together, it's 1-1, Billy. Like the actual, currently it's 1-1. I think when you look at it as a whole, I really like the pacing of the match. I think my only concern was the demand on Bolton to carry this. Not in Sonada's fault. Sonada's awful, but like, oh wait, no, England actually did win it. Never mind. So the lucky buggers actually won this. Because I'm sorry, but how can you only have 5 shots in a final compared to Spain's 25 or whatever? Like Jamie gets.
Well, I mean, didn't Spurs only have about 2 shots in the Europa League final that they won?
Yes.
Yeah, and they didn't have a single shot on target even.
No, they did not. They were.
But yeah.
But
yeah, that's last season. We'll leave that there. I think
Yeah, we will.
But going back to the pacing of this match, Bolton Oleg is having to carry much more experienced wrestlers than him.
Yeah, I'm quite concerned by that overall because Bolton is only a couple of years, genuinely in the sense of a couple of years as a pro.
Yeah,
That's all right, Roy Sheen. Take your time. Don't rush yourself. You'll always be here. We've got 3 big nights to review anyway, so you're going to get the enjoyment anyway. Not to worry. My biggest concern with Bolton is Bolton shouldn't be carrying all these talents. It should be, in my opinion, 70% to 30%. More experience, then he carries out the last 30%, and then gradually improve.
Definitely.
But I don't like that that he had to virtually carry Sanada when Sanada is a former world champion. It should not be this. It shouldn't
be like this. Yeah. And also with Sanada's matches, I feel like they're very formulatic and very short. Like it seems to be like the same kind of sequence every match that he has.
Exactly.
And I don't know if this is like a booking decision, which again, they are very questionable, or that it's just Sanada's style has completely changed and for some reason he's lost the ability to wrestle. But I would like to see him be more of himself and have a bit more of time in his matches.
I agree.
Because I do feel like his matches are quite rushed in a sense there.
This was a perfect example of a rushed match. When you look at it, they really rushed the sequences. They rushed the open and entrance as well. Did you notice how fast Bolton's entrance was compared to Sanada? Like, I think it's almost if they're allowing Sanada to have a longer entrance, shorter match, and I'm like, that takes away Sanada's appeal because Sanada is equally as good in the ring as he is at presenting himself as an entrance.
Yeah, it's like Sanada. I wouldn't say that Sanada was a great wrestler because I still think that he is a great wrestler, but it's like New Japan are trying to make him into a comedy character, which is like more of like an entrance person. Like he's more of a gimmick than a wrestler, if that makes sense.
He's gone from Sanada to Sana Truth. We'll call him Sana. We're going to call him Sana Truth now because he's basically being used like R-Truth, and I personally hate that because
he's like a parody of himself now.
Yeah, and also I don't like the fact that not only is he got a identity crisis in terms of his attire, but now he's starting to carry a guitar around, and I'm like, mate, you're not Jeff Jarrett. This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You're not the honky tonk man. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, that's no idea.
But I just don't understand that. And obviously, Matt, in the chat, thank you. He did a good watch along earlier on of the latest Progress show from today as well. He did a watch along for that. So fair play, mate. You did really well.
Also, there is a bit of like Japanese-based news to cover on the British wrestling from today. Actually,
there is.
Did you see the match? Did you see the match that the former LIJ Naito and Bushi had?
I loved it because I just love Naito.
It almost feels like Naito is able to wrestle differently now that he's not in like the Japanese system. Like it's not as hard hitting and strong style based, so it kind of protects him a bit more.
He's safer, you know what I mean? Like when you look at his, because obviously we said it the other day about Tanahashi and his knees are busted. We know that's why Naito practically got out of New Japan. Naito's knees weren't going. It seems that leaving Japan has sort of taken away some extra pressure on his knees, which I'm actually glad for, because if he'd got even more injured, I would have been really gutted. I'm a huge Naito fan. But I do have actually one thing as well. I know obviously we're the same, like we don't particularly care about attendances and ratings, but the attendance for this card was down by 1,000.
It was alarmingly low. Yeah.
It's down by 1,000.
And it was very noticeable as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's got me worried because we don't know when. Obviously, we know they're going to do Tokyo Dome in January, but we don't know when they're going to do another stadium show.
Yeah,
and because they haven't done one of those in a while, and nobody's actually going to these events. The stadium.
They don't. They only really have like 3 May. There's 1, 2. Yeah, I think it's 3 major stadium shows a year now. They do Dominion, Wrestle Kingdom, and Wrestle Dynasty now, which is obviously new for this year.
Exactly.
But apart from that, they're all just in either big arenas or gyms.
Which is shit, really, because
Yeah,
it's such an
for
amazing
New Japan,
sport.
for New Japan to be the best and biggest Japanese promotion, you would think that they would have more like stadium shows and arena shows.
Because they're getting mugged off by Noah at the minute.
Yeah,
And Noah's not like Noah's not like they're not like berating New Japan in terms of their talent compared to New Japan, or they're berating them in terms of we're a far better company. No, they're berating them by actually drawing better. Like they're
yeah,
drawing better crowds at the minute, and it's obvious why. Like their main
yeah,
event scene right now. Obviously, I'm still annoyed about the Osawa decision, but when you
yeah,
look at when you look at the Noah main event scene, Kaito Kiyomiya, Osawa until he leaves, Kenta's the champion, Keno, Marufuji is automatically better. Sad to say, but it's better than Yota Tsuji. It's better than Gabe Kidd. It's better than David Finlay, and it's 100% better than Evil. And
yeah,
it is at the minute better than Tanahashi, because they're in much safer condition than Noah talent,
yeah,
and that's a reality.
yeah, yeah. And this isn't to say that those wrestlers mentioned are better than the big
I did,
guys like Yota Tsuji and all of that sort of Yota Tsuji, Gabe Kidd, Uemura, and all that stuff. It's not
yeah,
that they're all better wrestlers. It's just that they're better presented and they're more well protected when they're actually
yeah.
wrestling, though.
Like when you look at if I look at presentation now in terms of a talent contrast, Great Muta in his last year in Noah before he retired, his last year
Yeah,
in Noah was probably better than his entire presentation in the mid 2000s alone, which says a
yeah,
lot about his New Japan presentation when he was world champion for quite a while.
yeah.
And that is quite frightening. That is quite frightening, but we'll
Like
see.
I would say Great Muta's last year was probably the best that he'd been presented since WCW since.
I agree. Until they stuck him in NWO, but yeah,
Yeah, that yeah.
I agree completely. Like
But then
it
again,
looked
who
good.
didn't they stick in NWO?
True, true. When you're Buff
But
Bagwell or Horace Hogan in NWO, you know it's over.
yeah. But before we get on to the next match, is there anything more that you want to touch on with Sonada and Bolton? Or like,
Yeah. I have one last thing, and it's mainly for Sonada than Bolton, because I'm all right with Bolton. It's Sonada I'm a little bit concerned with. Sonada's absolutely killing it right now in terms of his gimmick, but I think the more that he dips into his gimmick, the more that he will lose his genuine wrestling fans that
yeah,
love to watch him wrestle. And I think I'm not saying that he just needs to abandon one side of the fan base, but he needs to find a way to balance both quickly. Otherwise, people are going to start demanding Naito return, because that is a
yeah,
problem. They're not presenting the younger stars better, and it's because they relied on Naito for so long. And if you rely on someone like that for so long, you've got nothing. And right now, there's 5 or 6 talents in there that you could say this is a great division to build around. Just do it. But they're not
yeah,
they're not pushing them. The only one who's doing it by luck, in my opinion, was Yota. Yota's doing
yeah,
it by luck. But they're good matches. It's just the rest of them are not taking the initiative.
yeah. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah. But
Like, I would
good match
definitely
overall.
like to see. I would definitely like to see Sonada dip more into his wrestling than his comedy for me, because we all
Yeah.
know that there is a wrestler there. He just needs to He just needs to be allowed to show it more. And again, I don't know whether that's his preference or whether that's the booking of his character, and that's how they're telling him to be. But I
Yeah.
feel like there needs to be some kind of compromise where he is still able to show that he is a good wrestler.
I think if he's smart, he should be discussing this with Tanahashi, because
Yeah,
Tanahashi does it so easy when he does like the missing teeth or when he does the air guitar. That's little bits of gimmick, but it's comedy. And then he drops it and he goes back into match mode. But he does it at the start of a match, he does it at the end of a match. a little bit of crowd taunting. That's what Sanada should be. But we're not getting that.
Definitely not. Like you said, we're getting Sana Truths.
Yeah, I'm gonna honestly keep calling him that until something changes. I'm gonna keep calling him Sana Truth or Sana Truth.
Yeah,
that's it, Sana Truth.
Yeah,
guys, get Sana Truth in the chat. Let's bounce it off as a comment.
Yeah,
Sana
we need to make this a thing until we're proven otherwise.
I mean, look at the names we have on the channel already. We have Blaster Casterberg, and where's our favorite one? Where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, did I get rid of it? No, damn it! I got Sana Truth. That's it.
Sana Truth. Yes,
I got rid of it. The Scottish Psychopath and the Virtue Signaling Hillbilly. Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Let me just get our sponsors. 3 of them.
Nice.
Oh yes, 1 cherry, 2 originals. Oh, that's the cold one.
I think this is also hilarious that the England women can win all of these football tournaments, but the England men can't even sniff a trophy. Can't.
Yeah, I will say this though. What's up, Billy? I'm surprised England actually won the whole thing, because
so am I, because they've been shocking.
Yeah, I think they're very lucky to do it, but
yeah, like if you didn't know anything about women's football, you'd think that it's Gareth Southgate managing the way that they played the one.
Yeah, absolutely. Queen Jobinata. That I forgot about that one. We have a lot of ones, and obviously the most important one is Pansy Rhodes and Biatch Reigns.
Yeah.
We need to come up with a better name than the Bronze, because honestly, that's just not funny enough. Like, that's not funny enough.
Didn't Jay actually call them that?
CM Punk did, I think. I think CM Punk called them the Bronze.
CM Punk's called them that, and I'm pretty sure that Jey Uso called them that in his little video to Roman, where he accepted to be his tag partner.
Blooming Reigns. Wow. But no, I think overall that's my conclusions on the first one.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. So we can get on to the next match, which was Yuya Uemura and Callum Newman.
That's a good one. That is good.
That is a good one. Yeah,
I rate
that. We might have to add that one.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah. So the next match was Yuya Uemura and Callum Newman. And this match was, again, another quick-paced match, but unlike Sanada and Oleg, it wasn't a case of it being a rushed match. It was just the pace of both men are very quick, as they're 2 young guys. Yeah, so this was mainly Yuya working on the arms to set up for his deadbolt finisher. That was the main story of this match, him trying to hit this move.
Bronchitis. Well done, Zodiac. That's comment tonight.
And then while Callum Newman, he is impressive with his pace and his kicks and all of his high-flying offense, which again, despite the knee, he actually did seem a bit more comfortable with his high-flying offense in this match.
Yeah.
But the one thing that we're going to have to talk about here, and it's something that I've noticed pretty much his whole time that he's been in New Japan, it's his constant obsession with trying to hit the Oscar.
Yeah. I'm starting to get really angry about that.
Yeah.
The over insistence.
It's like he's hit it he's hit it like 5 times maximum in the time that he's been in New Japan.
Yeah. And I'm starting to get annoyed by who's actually influencing this, because whoever's actually insisting on this is really starting to piss me off.
Yeah,
because I want to see wrestlers actually use their own shit.
And I can tell that it's not Callum himself, because there has been periods in time where matches where before he got injured, there were matches where he wasn't even trying to hit the move at all. So I can safely say that it's not Callum that's influencing this.
I agree. And another thing as well that is really annoying me is the constant attempts or use of him using the double foot stomp.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting really sick of that.
Yeah.
Oh, they've actually got a clip already. That's winning penalty. Let's see how it looks. Jesus Christ, that run is absolutely hilarious. Looks like she's on a marching band.
Wow.
Like, really, but oh, okay. I'm gonna drop a bit of news. Tell me what you think on this.
Okay.
Sources within WWE claim that there is no plan for Del Rio in WWE and say that they believe he is legitimately done in AAA. He will. They believe he will make efforts to return to both companies.
Well, I'm not surprised that he's going to make an effort to come back, but you can fuck off. That's my thoughts on that.
Yeah. One thing I'm hoping for, and I hope he does not end up in TNA.
No. They can't put him back, do
they? No, he can't. But if somehow they do it, I'll be... Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
there's no
who is this? Yeah, I've seen this a lot on Twitter. Who is Vince Terrell McMahon? And where did that even come from?
I don't know who's doing this, but he doesn't exist. I know you work at obviously at Wembley, but obviously in terms of the O2, there's only 2,879 tickets left for Forbidden Door.
Ooh.
It's 16,160 set up, 13,281 already distributed.
I'm surprised that they've actually been able to keep those tickets like sold, because after the Gabe Kidd injury and the Will Ospreay injury, I would have thought that they would have had resales and all that stuff. They would have had people selling tickets because of that.
Yep, and Zodiac, thanks for reminding me. I said that we had a little new bit of congratulations, but this one,
this isn't really a congratulations. This is more of a why do you need more belts?
I'm still gonna congratulate in the sense of well done for winning it, but I don't.
But why are you? It's more so like, why have you won it more than anything?
Yeah, I don't see the. I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh, I know a lot about Polish wrestling," because it's 2 titles from the Polish wrestling scene. I barely know anything about that. I know more about the German scene. I know more about Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Poland. So I'm not gonna get annoyed or butthurt as people were doing that, crying over it. So all I'm gonna say is congratulations to Mercedes Moné. But the thing about it is, I don't even know where to bloody look for this promotion. Yeah. I have no idea. So I'm not gonna get all annoyed and upset by it, but I'm just saying it truthful. I haven't got a freaking clue. But congratulations, Mercedes Moné.
The only thing I can hope is that whoever beats Mercedes for that beats her on AEW, so that they at least get some kind of exposures.
That would be good. And Catherine, thank you for sharing the stream as well. I really appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. See, that's what I thought as well. I thought we were going to go the opposite as well, but we're not. But then again, the crazy thing is, she's only 2 titles away from She's only 2 away from Moné.
Yeah.
10 titles.
She's not even
Dragon.
That would be that's the stuff of nightmares to me. That's like no matter how good a wrestler is, no wrestler should have that many belts.
Yeah, I know you stand by that, so I absolutely understand that. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to say, oh, your opinion don't matter, because I think that's harsh to say, but I absolutely do get where you're coming from. I have a feeling they're about to. I know it's a different sport, but I've got a feeling this Touchline Twitter account is going to cause a lot of riots in a minute, because they put up a post.
I've got them blocked because I'm just sick of seeing them.
they put up a post. I'm about to block them anyway, but they put up a post saying instead of making a profit, UEFA have made a loss between 20 and 25 million with the organisation of the Women's Euros. I feel like that's going to welcome people, you know what I mean, the worst way.
Yeah, but to be fair, I do kind of get where he's coming from with that because of how close it has been to the Club World Cup and the whole like viewership of that.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. But this whole bloody other Vince McMahon, there's no such person like that, so let's just stop.
Yeah.
No, she isn't getting started. She's still going. She's not letting her detractors stop her, which I credit a lot. Fair player. But yeah, back to the action.
Yeah. Back to the action. We were talking about Callum Newman and his obsession with the Oscar that costs him all the time. And again, in this match, it was no different. He got caught in, I think, maybe 3 arm bars while trying to hit that move. And then, in a sense, that was what kind of weakened his arms enough for Yuya to hit him with the deadbolt suplex to win the match.
I love that deadbolt suplex as well. Like, it's nice to see that over in like the US and the UK, you've got people that do like random flatliners that don't make sense, over exaggerated DDTs. Eddie Guerrero's moveset like times 100 repeatedly, or 100 million super kicks. And then you've got in Japan, we've got a Northern Light suplex, we've got a butterfly suplex, and we've got a rolling fireman's carry. And I'm like, it's thank fuck for the 80s
just
style
regular
finisher.
moves.
Yeah, exactly. I love it.
And the one thing that I like about this move is like he can genuinely hit it on anyone, and it looks believable.
I think you're right, Zodiac. I think you're right in that way, but I don't know how they're going to manage that. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I know he's going for the Oscar a lot, but that's not the move that annoys me the most. It's the constant use of the double foot stomp for me, because how stupid is he? He got pretty much injured the other night on his knee, and he's still doing this move. Like, it's almost like Callum doesn't care about his health, and I'm like, mate, please have some awareness.
Yeah, but then I guess maybe he'll get more of that with age as he gets more experience. He'll kind of learn what his body can and can't handle.
I agree. I think you made one amazing comment though, and it really stands out, and I don't think you're wrong. It's not their fault that the match was so quick. It's just their pacing. They haven't learned pacing yet. I completely agree with you. Once they learn pacing,
because it's like they're both young, athletic, and quick guys. So it's like they feel like they need to like show off just how explosive they are. But I feel like, again, somebody who's like got good ring psychology needs to like kind of set them aside and kind of like get them to go through their paces more.
Yeah, like this is the sort of thing where the president of the company, Tanahashi, could offer some assistance here. Like, he knows that. Even from someone who's only just a few years older than them, but already has master pacing, Takeshita would be another good one. And Zack Sabre Jr. is probably the complete master of pacing, because everyone knows how long his matches go.
Although we're gonna get into that, I did have a lot of issues with his pacing in his match because he pretty much abandoned all of his own great things that he knows how to do in that match with Phantasma. But we'll get into that.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
But moving on to the following match, it was Evil versus Tight Shield.
Yeah.
And again, this is pretty much typical. I've actually put in my notes regular House of Torture bullshit, but Taichi wins. That's pretty much all I could take from this match. And I don't really have anything else to say apart from that.
Nah, I'm the same. You're not wrong. For me, the entire match is fucking horrible. This is honestly one of the worst.
This is one of the worst matches of the G1. Yeah, and it's also one of the worst matches of this tournament.
It's right up there for me alongside what was the one that what was the match I absolutely hated the other day? What was it again?
I think it was Shota and Great O'Khan. I think it was.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that match gaslights people into
yeah,
you'd expect
and the only reason that this evil Taichi match isn't worse than that is because Taichi won the.
Yeah, there's another thing about this match is starting to really bloody annoy me, and I don't know whose idea this is, but why all of a sudden are we having young talents at ringside who aren't established yet or ready to go getting involved in matches and planting drop kicks?
Yeah,
Like,
okay. Now this definitely sounds like that. Definitely to me seems like a Tanahashi thing because he's always one for the young people to get exposure.
yeah, I agree with that. Like Tanahashi loves the young lions.
Yeah, and I do also like, and I do agree. I agree with Taichi's young lion doing that because obviously it's Taichi's match, so he's going to want to protect Taichi. But all of the other young lions getting in there doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it's not even funny. You know what I mean? Like, it's, and the worst thing as well is, yes, you can learn all that in the dojo, and you can learn a dropkick in the dojo, but there's a difference between hitting a dropkick in the dojo and doing it on live TV, where it doesn't look good. I look at the dropkick from today, in like obviously we're going to do night 7 later on, but the dropkick today, horrible. He nearly gets him right in the jaw, and if he had got him any harder, he would have broke his jaw. I was like, nah.
Yeah, definitely.
That fucked me off today. Like, that really fucked me off.
Yeah. Again, with all the other evil matches, which we will talk about when we get to night 7, because again, it wasn't a good match at all. But we'll save that for when we get there. I guess we're just going to move on to Tsuji and Oiwa because there's fuck all to say about Evil and Taichi. To be honest,
Evil didn't win. Hallelujah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Next match, Tsuji versus Oiwa.
Yeah, beautiful.
And I've actually got in my notes match of the night, Chef's Kiss. I think.
Same here. I've got the exact same words. Might be kidding. It's the exact same. This right here. Obviously, we've already said who we predicted to win it, and we have said that Tsuji is our dark horse. This match, fucking proved it. But Oiwa, I've said it to you guys before I even started the G1 tournament, and I said obviously just pay attention. One of the very first names I said to keep an eye on from a young talent, I said Bolton Oleg, but I said Ryue Oiwa. This guy,
he is going to be. They're pushing Kosei Fujita as the next young up and comer, but I think Oiwa will be the one that takes over from Zack Sabre Jr. whenever he decides that it's time for him to disappear into the sunset, as he says.
I agree. I agree, and then I think that will spark the next generational feud of Oiwa versus Fujita.
Yeah,
and I'll take that. Good question by Catherine though. Is Evil losing steam?
Well, I wouldn't say he's losing steam. He lost that a while ago. I would say at this point he's just rage baiting fans. That's the only way you can put it.
Evil is I'm trying to think who's the best example. Oh,
Jeff Jarrett.
I was going to say Jeff, but I actually have another idea.
Triple H.
Could I get away with
Evolution
this?
Triple H, I should say.
Could I get away with this?
Wait, no. No.
I got it. Evil reminds me right now, and I'm so sorry for this comment. I'm actually looking at the heavens for this comment. I'm so sorry. This version of Evil reminds me of when Macho Man just gave away in '99 when he was world champion. He just gave up. Like, after he retained the title against Kevin Nash, and then he immediately lost it to Hulk Hogan. He just funnily enough, he just faded to black.
Although
Evil
to be
is
fair,
fading.
that booking would be enough to make anyone give up. To be fair, that.
Yeah, going from one big asshole to another.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is pretty much that. Evil is that absolute big asshole, and he ruins a lot. But the annoying thing is, and this is what I hate about it, he ruins it, but Evil has such a very good presentation, and he's got a fantastic own variation of the sharpshooter. That's what fucking annoys me about it.
It's like apart from all of the hearts, he's the one person that can actually do that move well.
Yeah. And Sting when he tries it. Obviously, we won't see him do it anymore. But yeah, like it's the same with like I would rather see the Dark Scorpion than the Dragon Tamer. Because Daniel Garcia,
he's too small to make it look like it actually hurts.
Yeah. To answer the question, Billy, the comments don't make any sense, and we don't know what they're actually. Yeah, they're not.
I assume all the people being timed out are the Vince Terrell McMahon people.
Yeah. Chat's got the control. Thankfully, it keeps us having to not do it, which is good.
Yeah.
Lets me and you concentrate on the matters at hand.
Yeah. But Suji and Oiwa, that match was...
Without
a doubt it has. Without a doubt it has.
It's annoying.
I feel like I would even go as far as to say that it's ruined B Block.
Yeah, because now B Block has nothing. Not in the sense of a bad block, but it's taken away a lot of story intrigue.
Yep. And it's also taken out one of the people that were pretty much a surefire bet to advance.
Or even potentially make the final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and have you seen Gabe Kidd has already kind of decided himself that he's winning next year's G1.
I love that. I actually think the way it's going, I think he will be David Finlay's final opponent. Because there's something about that. I think he's going. I think Gabe. I hate the fact that people are afraid that Gabe Kidd doesn't want control of Bullet Club or the War Dogs. It's not that. I just think Gabe Kidd is the reason David Finlay just gets kicked out of New Japan. He's going to get Jay White ejected, basically. But then he won't take control of the War Dog. I think Gabe Kidd will actually... I feel
like what's going to happen with the War Dogs here, I feel like David Finlay will be the last Bullet Club leader as such. And I think once he's gone, they'll all just be considered as equals then.
Yeah. And it has to happen. It's got to happen.
Or what they'll do is, I did make like an interesting suggestion to somebody, and that was that maybe they have Gedo be the leader of the War Dogs, but he's not a wrestler; he's just a manager. Which I kind of linked it to Paul Heyman when he had all of these clients that he worked with at one time, where he was obviously like the leader behind them, but he just let them all wrestle freely as they are.
Same person then said it in my replies today, so I have a feeling I know exactly who that was to, but I actually like that.
Yeah.
Gedo is a bastard, but Gedo is the leader. It's basically similar to Vince and the Corporation, or even William Regal in the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah. It's like there's one like father figure kind of leader.
Yeah.
But then within the actual stable, there is no leader. It's just you're all there's obviously a hierarchy, but you're all just wrestlers at the end of the day.
Like it could well be New Japan's version of the Don Callis family in that dynamic, except it's not a bald man; it's just crazy Gedo.
Well, Gedo is kind of bald.
Yeah, but he's not crazy. Yeah,
well,
actually, never mind.
But,
actually, never mind.
Yeah.
They're both.
But he didn't. Yeah, but thankfully he wasn't too crazy when it came to the Suji Oiwa match, which was a very good match. And it just shows that when he is actually bothered to book, he can book good wrestling.
I agree.
Like this was a very good technical match.
Oh yeah, it was. And I think the Gene Blaster every single day is becoming an even better spear.
Yeah. And that for me, the main like focus of this match for me was when they were trading the curb stomps for what seemed like 5 minutes in like towards the end of the match.
Oh yeah. This was for me, I really enjoyed the main event, but this was for me the best match of night 5.
Yeah. And Suji winning with like a weird, with like one of the best roll ups that I've seen in a while.
Yeah, it was like it's like a dragon suplex variation of a victory roll.
Yeah. And it's something that I've always been wanting wrestlers to do. Like, if you're gonna roll someone up, at least flip yourself over in a way that basically guarantees that they can't get up, which is what Suji did here.
Yeah, I really liked it. And there's a little bit of detail in as well I like in this match as well. Is every time Suji went for a specific type of move,
Oiwa had something to Oiwa had a counter for it.
Yeah, and did you notice the way they kept looking at the referee? They kept like giving like a little like squint eye snigger at the referee. Like, I've got this.
Yeah.
I really love that detail.
Yeah. It's almost like a weird kind of possum play.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And then you did talk about the main event and how good that was. So that's Tanahashi and David Finlay. And I've got this, like, similar to what we kind of talked about with the whole War Dogs potential disillusion thing. I've got in my notes here the breakdown of a Bullet Club leader of it.
Yeah, David Finlay is well and truly established now.
Yeah, because he was basically having a mental breakdown at the fact that he couldn't beat Tanahashi in this match.
Oh yeah, like what's even more crazy as well.
Yeah, and that mental breakdown is something that gets further developed today, which we will touch on later.
Are you
but
worried?
I want to ask you.
I was going to ask you before you do your point. Are you worried though that David Finlay has taken so many losses when he's supposed to be the main leader of the faction that has pretty much stood outright on New Japan, and now he's like, I've already established that now Bullet Club are now, like for me now, Bullet Club are now the third strongest faction in New Japan. For me, United Empire are second, and because of the sheer amount of numbers and ruining people, House of Torture is at the very top.
Yeah. But I wouldn't say that I'm particularly worried about David Finlay taking all of these losses because of what it supposedly building up to. But it's just like, it would all depend on how it's executed. Because like, if it's executed well, then nobody will look badly on this at all. But if it's if it leaves a lot to be desired, then we'll look back on this and think, what was the point in having him lose all of these matches if the payoff was so bad?
Do you think he wins the New Japan Cup next year? Or at least a favourite?
Because I feel like it depends on how he develops. Like, if he's still a part of the War Dogs, I would say no. But if he's like just on his own, like either in a new faction or unaffiliated, then I would say that makes him a favorite.
I would actually, because obviously we've praised how good Yota Tsuji's been since he went unaffiliated. Yeah. I think really
Finlay would suit that as well.
Yeah, that would be
because Finlay. Because you've got to imagine, before he turned heel and joined the War Dogs, even though he was in Hontai, he was a wrestler that was just kind of out there for himself, doing whatever he wanted to do, really.
Yeah.
And one thing that I wanted to ask you about, have you been picking up on all of the the little things in his backstage comments?
Yeah.
Because it's like all of Gedo's responses to Finley that kind of makes me feel like this turn is coming sooner than you think.
I think if he fails to make it out of the group, well, the block, which is now pretty much honestly, established now.
Yeah, it's almost like it's pretty much the next match he loses, he's out essentially, because he's lost to pretty much everyone that's beat him is pretty much in the top 4 already.
Yeah,
and with the amount of points that there are left, pretty much the next person to win. If like someone who's already beaten Finley wins, he's out because there won't be enough points for him to make up the difference.
Mm-hmm. And I got a sneaky suspicion that they'll have a temporary break in between, because the good thing about it is the minute he loses, well, the minute he is out of the G1, and in fact, if he loses next match, he is effectively out. I think that frees him up for Forbidden Door. And it wouldn't surprise me if he comes to Forbidden Door and Gedo puts in as a proposition, this is where the turn comes in, and he gets turned that way in like some bizarre shock. Like there'd be some crazy way where they could do that, but I don't know.
And the thing is that I feel like that would be a frustrating thing, because now that Jay White's injured for the rest of the year, he would have been like my ideal kind of person to kind of instigate that happening.
He was who I wanted as well. Could we see Hangman versus David Finlay though? At Forbidden Door.
I wouldn't want to see that personally.
Is there anything that you would want to see involving Finlay? I mean, apart from obviously Jay White, obviously I wanted number 1, but I don't know who else you can get.
I want Finlay and the War Dogs to go up against the Death Riders personally.
Oh, imagine they turned on him there.
That all depends on Gabe Kidd and his injury situation, and whether or not he decides that he wants to go after Takeshita instead for causing the injury.
Yeah. Finlay and Knight, as in Ricky Knight Jr.
Because one thing to mention is that after Gabe Kidd pulled out of the G1, he did make it very explicitly clear that to the camera as he was walking back that he was going to come for Takeshita for causing this thing.
Yeah, and he'll tear Takeshita apart. This time he'll tear him apart.
Yeah.
But
I'm actually surprised that they didn't have him win in the first place.
Me neither. Oh, Kevin Knight probably botched. Oh, Kevin Knight, not Knight Jr. from. Oh, I thought you were talking about the Rev Pro guy, because that's who I think will be a Forbidden Door as well. But
I'm pretty sure Kevin Knight. They had a great match at one of the US shows. I think it was last year.
Yeah, it was just after Windy City.
Yeah,
the one after Windy City was really good.
Yeah. But yeah, this Tanahashi Finlay match was a very back and forth match. Finlay was very giving to Tanahashi in this match. There was, of course, the sling blade, which we talk about a lot, and how he shouldn't be doing them anymore.
Yeah, that was the worst. That was the worst move of the match for me. The best one was definitely the Oblivion.
Yeah.
Every time I see that move, I swear to God, I pop. That move is absolutely incredible to watch.
Yeah. And I think it's a shame that he doesn't actually win with that move anymore.
Yeah, I don't get that. Why did he stop that as a finisher? I don't get it.
I don't know.
I think it was a bad decision.
And that's not because I don't have an issue with the overkill, because I think that is also objectively a very good move.
Yeah.
It's just that I don't really feel that there's much of a difference in the moves to have it warrant that changed.
Exactly. Like the only difference is instead of dropping down a patella knee buster, he's dropping down from
You're
the same
driving it into
position.
someone's face.
Yeah. And I just don't like it. I think that would be a great signature offense, but
yeah. And it was, and funnily enough, it was him going for the overkill that led to Tanahashi rolling him up for the victory.
very effective.
And that seems to be something that happens in loads of Tanahashi's G1 matches. Like there's at least one match in every Tanahashi G1 since I'd say maybe G1 30 where he really started to see his knees going, where he's won a match surprisingly with a roll up.
And that was only 5 years ago as well, and that says a lot.
Yeah. And also consider that he wasn't in last year's.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. What's up, Fletch? Good to see you, mate. He renamed himself to Alpha Fletch. Cool. Nice. I like that. That is cool.
And also Danielson is also still retired technically, so I don't think that he would be in this match. I don't think that he would come out of retirement for a match against someone from New Japan.
I think if he was to come out of retirement, I think it's for Blue Panther.
Either that, or it'll probably be a Zack Sabre Jr. match because they are 1-1.
He's also 1-1 with Okada as well.
Yeah, but if they were going to do that, they could just do that.
Actually,
yeah,
wait,
they are
no,
1-1.
Is he not? Is he?
No, they are 1-1. Yeah, Danielson beat him at Forbidden Door.
Yeah, but then they not have
beat him at Wrestle Kingdom.
But then they had the third match as well when it was title versus title. So no, never mind. Danielson's 2-1.
Oh yeah.
So never mind. We won't get that. I don't think Danielson would be able to do a G1. I think his body would give up on him.
No.
It's a shame because he'd be perfect for it.
Yeah. They should have had him do it when there was still 32 wrestlers.
I think he should have done the G1 before he went to AEW in the first place. Even though his AEW debut was amazing, he should have done the G1 that year. But mind you, I don't think he was able to because he was still in WWE, so he couldn't have been able to do it for his contract.
Yeah. Well, wait, no, because his contract expired and he left before the G1 in 2021.
Yeah. If he was retired, why do we need the cameo during Texas Death? Because he's still tied to that story.
Yeah, and it still kind of paid it off.
Yeah. He's full-time retired. Part-time, I'm not sure. I wouldn't mind that.
I've been wanting to see that for a while as well.
I think next year you get two AEW representatives in the tournament. And I think one of them is Claudio. I think the other is Josh Alexander.
Okay. So I'm guessing that's obviously not counting Takeshita as the AEW.
Yeah, not counting him, of course. We'll find out. I think the main man has hold on 2 seconds. Just waiting for him because I think he's froze a little bit. Yep. Yeah, Fletcher will get the belt shortly. Drilla Maloney has been an outstanding performer of the tournament. There we go. I noticed you froze up a little bit, so I removed you just for a little bit. Yeah. We have been praising. We have been praising Drilla Maloney heavy on the G1. He's been incredible.
And we will get into that when we get to night 6.
Absolutely.
But one thing I will say, you say that we'll get Josh Alexander and Claudio Castagnoli in the G1s. So is that not counting Takeshita as another AEW representative? Because obviously he does have the New Japan contract as well.
I think Takeshita as a guarantee either way. But I just feel like they will give them the chance to participate, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Because now that they've managed to get
a lot.
Because now that they've managed to get Takeshita under contract, they are going to want to use him as much as they can.
Yeah, I think, my personal opinion, there should not be a heavy AEW involvement in the G1, but unless they're actually suited for that type of style. So
Yeah.
I only want maybe 2 or 3 AEW talent to compete in the G1.
Yeah.
The toughest wrestlers.
Yeah, and funnily enough, most of them have come from New Japan already.
Yeah. Hechicero wouldn't be a bad shout, I suppose. Nick, he won't be in it. Juice Robinson is.
Yeah, you said that. You said that Hechicero wouldn't be a bad move. I want Dralistico in the G1.
That would rule. I would really like that. That's a great shout right there. Brody King in the G1.
Yeah. I would love that.
I would have Brody King take Great Okan's place.
Yeah, I will.
Beast Mortals in the G1.
Review
Nah.
6.
Oh yeah, 100%. I don't want to see Beast Mortals in the G1.
No.
Too boring for me. I like him, but
I don't even know how he got this push. Like I'd never heard of him until about 3 weeks ago.
Mercedes Moné's boyfriend.
I see.
Putting all the cake in her, she's given the prize money.
I guess so.
He is a good wrestler.
Yeah, anything.
He is a good wrestler, but he's been given a heavy push because of her.
Yeah, but yeah, anything else to add on the Finlay Tanahashi match?
For me, I think we've definitely truly established now that David Finlay is now David Finlay, and if they are going to
turn my light on.
Yep, no worries. If they run this gimmick as a full-on, if they run this narrative as a full-on gimmick, I think we are in big trouble because I don't think New Japan can pull that type of thing off. And I'm a little bit skeptical. But I liked the match, and I loved how angry David Finlay was at the very end of the match with Tanahashi. Like he was that close, like. He kept doing it, but it was I loved the anger that he showed with it. Really loved it.
So that was night 5, and that was the match. That was the night that you said was overall the strongest of the 3 that we're going to review.
Second strongest. I thought night 6 was
second strongest, yeah.
Yeah.
Night 6,
night 6, then night 5, then night 7 in terms of strength for me.
Okay, yeah. And we're going to get into night 6 now, which had Great-O-Khan, Yoshihashi,
oh god,
El Fantasma, Zack Sabre Jr., Shota Umino, and Ren Narita.
Yeah.
And then Takeshita and Shingo Takagi.
Yeah. Thank God for 4 matches on this one, because one of these matches was horseshit.
I mean, to be fair, I thought one was horseshit and one was mediocre, but then the other 2 kind of made up for the bad matches.
Can I guess which ones you've got?
Go on.
All right.
Well, considering I told you I didn't watch one of them, you should be able to know which one that is.
Yeah. So the good ones are the main event and the champions galore, and the shit one is Great-O-Khan versus Yoshihashi, and the mid one is Narita versus Shota.
No, the shit one's actually Shota versus Narita because I didn't watch that one because I knew going into it that it would be back then. Yeah, and the mediocre one is the Great-O-Khan and Yoshihashi because in my notes here I've got Yoshihashi carry job leads to a loss again.
Yeah, the way I describe it is if I'm going to describe it in one sentence, undefeated wrestler carried the absolute bum of United Empire, loses to the Claw Chokeslam.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. That's
absolute mugshot.
Yeah. It's like we channeled the spirit of Goto for that.
We did. We barely survived.
Yeah.
Gloria could not sing us over this one. Bleach is asking, what days do New Japan come on and how do y'all keep up with this? So I watch it on the New Japan World app, but I keep an eye on like their Twitter account because obviously that's where you get the updates from, like when shows are on.
Yeah.
So
Like the New Japan schedule's kind of weird. Like it kind of like it's weird. Like sometimes they'll do days where there are back-to-back days. Sometimes there's days where it's one day off. Some days it's 2 days off. It's kind of just how they regulate the wrestlers' workload, I guess.
Yeah, which is it is helpful in that
But
sense.
then there's not really much to say about the Great Okan and Yoshihashi, except Yoshihashi should have won. He didn't, and it pissed me off.
Yeah, we do have obviously after night 7, which is good. We do have 3 days, so we don't have any New Japan action until Wednesday. But the main event on well, it's 4 matches on Wednesday because obviously Gabe Kidd will not be up against Yoshihashi. But just to confirm for everybody right now, what we'll be covering, because it goes to Wednesday and then you got the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then back on the Tuesday. Wednesday's main event is Zack Sabre Jr. versus Konosuke Takeshita.
Ooh, yes.
That is our main event on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we'll do the same again this time. I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we can do as 3 big days, and then it's Tuesday. It's after that it's Tuesday, then Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, which is the final.
Yeah,
which is mad.
So we're getting close to the end already, which is crazy to think.
Oh, it's rapid. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. Pretty much, Bleach. Pretty much. I like the scheduling, the way they do it, but some of it is really weird. But we're in for some good matches.
Yeah.
But now we're in for the best matches.
As speaking of good match, the next match we have to talk about is ELP and Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, God almighty. Only one criticism for this one. It went longer than it should.
I'm pretty sure I know what this is. Yeah.
Loved the match overall. I mean, it's why they're on the thumbnail, literally.
Too strongly in this.
Yeah, I love the fact that both men are on the thumbnail because they were our strongest competitors overall. But this should have been 15 minutes. And it wasn't.
Yeah.
And that really bugged me. But I'm going to say this overall. The winner was the wrong winner.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I feel like Zack Sabre Jr. had to win this match because despite having 2 points going into this match, he hadn't actually won a match in this tournament yet. So I feel like he had to win this match.
I actually think, as good as he is as world champion, I actually think this should have been a draw. And I think if you want to give Zack a massive win, Zack must beat Takeshita. That's my opinion. But I still loved the match overall, apart from the time-wise. But
there was one part of this match that I didn't like. And it was when Zack had ELP in a triangle choke, and he basically got up and powerbombed him straight away. I wasn't a fan of that at all.
That shit annoys me. Yeah. Like, why are we doing that? Like that.
It was like there was no struggle. There was no like attempt to fight out. He literally just got up, picked him up, and slammed him down.
Yeah, I wanted a draw, Fernando. But yeah, I hate when they do. Oh yeah, I've got you in a triangle choke for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then boom, powerbomb. I'm like, no, fuck off.
Like, it wasn't even a minute and a half. It's like he got put in it, and he didn't even have the time to struggle. He just got up and slammed him, which I found odd.
It was like watching, and obviously I do love this guy, but it's like watching a Samoa Joe sequence when he does the Boston Crab straight into an STO. Sorry, the STF.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck off. No. No.
Yeah, I
Like,
get you.
Like, why do that? You know? Like, that's not what it's about. You can do better than that, but nah, never mind.
Yeah. But it was like a good kind of fast pace. It was a fast paced match, but it was also a technical match.
Yeah.
And
I
I
agree.
think that's one thing that ELP doesn't get enough credit for. He's a very good technical wrestler.
Oh, he's incredible. He is so incredible.
It's like he knows like the fine balance between being flashy and being technical.
Oh yeah, massively. And I think that it doesn't get praised enough, like in terms of
Yeah.
the actual work around it. And I don't get why. I don't get why he doesn't get enough praise for it. You know.
Again, I feel like it's kind of a thing where he's kind of suffering from being seen as like just like a funny guy that can wrestle well.
Yeah, but suppose we just take it on the chin.
Yeah, because he definitely showed today that in maybe not world heavyweight champion level, but he could definitely be a top contender for the global title in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And so Fernando's saying I don't think a draw should be a thing in wrestling, but I like Zodiac's response. Like it sets up drama. Like there should be times where you have a draw. Like there should be times where you have a draw. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
Not all
There
the
are times where
but
you should.
thanks.
Yeah, there are times where like usually there should be a winner most times, but there should be times where draws are acceptable and no contests are acceptable as well.
Yeah, there's obviously one person who will always win when it comes to wrestling because we all know that he cannot keep it to himself. So this is the only winner in wrestling.
Yeah, pretty much.
Abel wins the Horny World Championship.
Yeah.
That until Catherine takes off him.
Yeah. And I say wins are acceptable, draws are acceptable on occasions. No contest can also be used. And one case where a no contest should have been used was the next match we're going to talk about, which we unfortunately have to talk about, which is Narita and Shota. Now, obviously, horrible. I didn't watch this match just for the simpleness of time, because I didn't have the time to, and I kind of knew how it was going to go. And from what I've read and what I've heard, if there was any match that there could have been a no contest, this should have been it, because it was pretty much just rubbish, House of Torture bullshit. Narita wins. That was pretty much what I gathered from what I'd heard about this match.
Sanada kind of does in a way, because he's got an identity crisis. So Sanaa Truth could do that, but I don't want to see that. This match for me is if you've got a terminal illness. This is a horrible thing to say, but this match is the equivalent of having a terminal illness, and this match finally sets you over the edge. Like this is the match that will end your illness and make it a permanent ending. That's how bad this match is. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And Shota, we praised this man the other day for an amazing result against Zack Sabre Jr. A great performance it was as well. And he's went back to type. Like he done the exact same. Like he's going to do the same with the great old knobhead as well. But that's what pisses me off even more. But I hate the fact that this is what we've got, and we're in trouble. Like, we are in trouble for sure. Yeah. So I hate it. This match. The worst thing is Dave Meltzer's probably going to rate this like a 3.5, 4-star match. I'm giving this a 1 star.
The only thing that we can hope is that Shingo can get a good match out of him on Tuesday.
Oh, we know he won't. We know he won't.
Yeah.
Shingo will honestly want to jump off a bridge. That's how much he is going to hate this whole thing, and I feel bad for him. You know, like it's too dangerous. That's crap. The only good thing that will go in Shingo's favor is if Shingo sells the lariats well for Shota, because I don't think there's anything else you can do that will cause him problems.
No.
But yeah, so far we've had, in terms of matches we've discussed, 2 bad matches, but only one of them at least stood out despite having a bad match, and that was Yoshihashi.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Because we spoke about both of the House of Torture matches. They're just typical, boring, horrible matches. They're just
absolutely.
At least, and like you said, at least with Yoshihashi's match, he actually showed something.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I guess it's a good thing that the next match we've got to talk about here is Takeshita and Shingo, I guess. Because we need some kind of positivity in the stream, because it feels like all we've been doing is moaning about how bad matches are.
It's so damn good, man. Like,
yeah,
this match was who can do the most sequences. Oh, that is actually funny. We've been talking about the world hornyweight champion, and here comes Abu. Oh, Abu, you never fail to surprise me. Exactly. Speak of the devil. If you talk about sequences and who can do the most sequences per move in a match, these two are fighting for that role perfectly.
Yeah. They pretty much picked off exactly where they left off at Wrestle Kingdom here.
Yeah, 100%.
But in fact, I actually think that this match was a bit better than the Wrestle Kingdom match.
Oh, by a landslide.
And I also was a fan of the ending as well.
Yeah, I really did. What did you think of the Takeshita's double variants of the Tombstone pile driver?
I liked it, but I also felt like, in a way, if he'd just done 2 Tombstone pile drivers, it would have been better.
Does it feel like it's now? We spoke earlier on about Callum Newman and his over insistence to do the Oscar. Is it becoming a bit of an issue as well that Takeshita in every single match now is doing the Tombstone?
I feel like it's less of an issue because the Undertaker and Takeshita, they've got no relevance to each other. It's not like Takeshita was like a disciple of the Undertaker or anything. So I feel like it's less of an issue. It's just more so like there needs to be a bit more variance there. But then when it comes to Newman and the Os Cutter, it's clear where the inspiration's coming from, and he just needs to be his own person in a sense.
Oh my god! I can't take that serious. Jesus Christ, Zodiac! I said it the other day, and it was absolutely funny. Oh Jesus Christ! Abel versus Catherine in a horny lumberjack match. Oh.
I mean, if that's the case, I hope that they're both single firstly before they do anything.
Blue Chew, make sure it's potent. I was funny the other night when I randomly said Blue Chew to Abel. I had Zodiac in bits. I had Zodiac literally in blit, and he was fucking screwed. No, I think he suggests you and Abel. The Abel uses the Blue Chew. I don't know how that's going to work, but all I'm
going to say is I hope you're both single before you do anything.
Yeah, or one of you signs over. What's the thing?
An NDA.
I was thinking of that.
I feel like that would be needed as well.
I'll talk to Eric Bischoff about a couple of cases. Jesus, Zodiac. Conrad Thompson will sign it off on his channel. He's such a horrible host, but it's not because he's a bad person. It's just so many ads in the way he talks over certain points I just don't like. So it's so annoying.
It's like all of these podcasts are sponsored by Blue Chew at this point, Nils.
I'm surprised none of them have popped the threshold yet.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Blue Chew.
Honestly. Yeah. Takeshita Shingo, very hard-hitting match. Sequence-based. Loads of counters. The stealing of each other's moves as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd say a surprising ending of Takeshita choking out Shingo.
Yeah, like that. I never saw that coming. Like I did not expect that at all, and I
didn't expect it, but I don't hate it. But
me neither. I think we can safely say now is there's still 2 points in it, but is Shingo out? Is Shingo now out for you? Is he now out?
Who does he have left to face?
So he's had 4 matches so far. He's got.
I know he's got Shota left.
Yeah, he's got Shota. Where is it? Shota there, and then he's got ELP on August 2nd. Yeah. And then he's got Zack Sabre Jr. on August 5th. That'll be the main event. Okay. And then his final opponent is Ren Narita. Actually, no. Hold on. No. Sorry, my bad. August 13th.
They've got 5 matches left.
Yeah, August 13th. August 13th, his final opponent is Drilla Maloney.
Okay.
El Fantasmo's last match would have been Gabe Kidd.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the main event.
Shingo I think that Shota gets 6. Not Shota. I think Shingo gets 6 more points. I think he loses to Driller and he loses to ELP.
And then wins the rest.
Yeah. Like I think that he's going to beat Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, same. I think he's not just going to beat him. I think he's going
to because that I assume will be the next title match for Zack.
Sponsored by Blue Chew. Just sticking that one.
I feel like Zack Sabre Jr. versus Shingo Takagi will be the next world title match in Japan anyway.
Yeah. I actually wouldn't mind that as well. Like Shingo be gunning for his because he narrowly lost to Goto as well. It was a very narrow defeat. It wasn't like it was a complete hammering. But I feel like we'll all see.
Yeah.
I don't think Zack's going to be champion at Wrestle Kingdom as well.
Neither do I. Because I think Zack's going to turn heel. Well, to me, he already has turned heel, but I feel like he's going to fully cement it before Wrestle Kingdom.
Who do you think takes it? Do you think Goto wins the rematch? Or is Goto going to be out for it?
I don't know. I don't know who wins it. I don't think I honestly can't say who's going to win it. I've got no idea.
I got a sneaky suspicion as well that before, like, either at Wrestle Kingdom or before Wrestle Kingdom, I think Naito will have a one-off appearance in New Japan. Some way, somehow, he will have something to
do. That would be interesting, though.
Abel's on the same wavelength as well. He thinks Zack Sabre Jr. is not going to be champion either.
Yeah, it's just thinking who is it going to be though, because I can't think of anyone at the minute.
I don't know. I would like for it to be Goto because I think Goto deserves one Wrestle Kingdom as champion.
Yeah.
It won't be Shingo.
No.
An amazing outside chance would be
I'm thinking, as much as Shingo deserves another reign, I feel like that's something that can wait until next year.
Yeah. It'd be nice if it was just random, but Kota Ibushi just came back and went, I want the title, but it won't be him. I don't know who it's going to be. I really don't know, but
maybe it's Finley. Who knows?
do you think maybe that they might give Zack the chance just to redeem himself from this year's Wrestle Kingdom?
I wouldn't. I don't want him to be champion at Wrestle Kingdom because I feel like I feel like he had a long enough reign already. I don't really feel like he needs this.
Yeah, I feel like he's only champion now, just safety.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm skeptical. I'm really skeptical.
Yeah. But that was night 6, which now that we've reviewed it doesn't actually seem as good as it maybe should. But it's definitely carried by the 2 matches with ELP and Zack Sabre Jr. and the Shingo and Takeshita matches.
Hell yeah. This card, however,
I don't really have much. Apart from the Tsuji and Oleg match, I don't really have much to say on it.
What's that Bill saying? It would be amazing if Ibushi came back and went for the title. I'd like to see David Finlay go for the title unless Naito comes back. Any chance? Naito is too busy over here. I think I have a feeling Naito is going to be at Forbidden Door, and I think he's going to be at Rev Pro as well. I think he'll be at Copperfield. But in terms of David Finlay, I want David Finlay to get a chance before he ends up losing it. Ibushi, that would be amazing, but I don't think it's going to happen. But I don't know. Catherine says put the championship on Takeshita. No.
He's got too much to do in AEW for when he gets back there for them to put the belt on him.
Yeah. The only way would say, the only way before we do night 7, the only way I would agree to Takeshita being the IWGP World Champion is if he actually shows the fucking title on Dynamite and Collision.
Yeah.
If I don't see it, then what is the fucking point?
Yeah. Because one thing I actually appreciated about Moxley's reign is that when he was the champion, he did actually show the belt off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No one else did. Like, even Omega, who is a big man for New Japan, barely showed the US title.
Yeah. And like I said the other day, Gabe is the champion now, and he is a New Japan wrestler, and he doesn't show the belt off when he's there at all.
Exactly. It's embarrassing. Like, it is. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking show it. There's nothing wrong with showing the belt. It's beautiful.
Yeah. But going into night 7, we had the first match being Boltin Oleg and Yota Tsuji. And for me, this was pretty much as good as it got. It only goes downhill from here.
I don't know who makes the decision, Zodiac. I don't know. I actually really don't know. Takeshita versus Okada versus Bushi for the Unified Continental International Championships, but the Unified title. I wouldn't mind a triple threat match, actually. If it was those 3, I would take it. But, definitely a good opening match. Definitely a good opening contest match.
And it was a surprising match as well, because I thought that they were going to have Oleg win this match.
Yeah, so did I. I really did. Just carrying the steam and the momentum from his previous win.
Yeah. But they had Tsuji win, which is also... there was no wrong decision in this match. Either one of them could have won, and you would be fine with it. But again, just the matches that Oleg can put off with anyone, they're just really impressive to see.
I love the kamikaze counter as well towards the end.
Yeah.
Like, just grabbing the ropes and he used all that momentum just to force just to force Bolton to let him go. And then the
Yeah.
minute he lets him go, he goes for a dive, and then he gets caught in the Gene Blaster. It's a very weak Gene Blaster.
Yeah.
Which is the only thing. I would not have went for the pin. My opinion, I would have picked him back up.
I would have just done it again.
Yeah, same mindset. I would have like Irish Whip, boom, Gene Blaster. I'd be like, no, now I've killed you.
Yeah.
So yeah, good match, very weak finish ending, but loved the match overall. Still, really.
Yeah. And again, just seeing Oleg, he's like you said, 2 years as a pro properly, and he is already pulling off these master matches.
Yeah,
like he's just like you would think. Like it's just you think that he'd been a professional wrestler the whole time.
He represents really well.
Yeah, but then after this match, we have a match that I feel like we're gonna talk a lot about, and a match that has been spoken about a lot, which was Callum Newman and David Finlay. And there is a lot to unravel here. There
is, and I'm gonna say one quick thing before we review it, and this is the bit that really fucking bugs me. If we thought Tanahashi beating Finlay was the kill shot, Callum Newman's umpteen attempts at the Oscar, and then the double stomp, and then the failed Oblivion and all that shit. This was where David Finlay officially becomes. Sorry, David Finlay, you're now officially David Finlay from Blues at the Callum. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Like I was thinking, surely there's no way they're gonna have him keep losing, and this would be the match that he wins. Now I don't know going forward to expect at all.
It'd be crazy if he doesn't win any more matches the rest of the block.
Yeah.
Because I look at who he's got next. So he's not. Next. Yeah, Bolton Oleg on the 1st on Thursday night, and then on the 3rd of August.
And I'm fully convinced that he will lose that match as well.
You know what's even worse? Tanahashi versus Tsuji is going to be the main event August 3rd in Fukuoka. But David Finlay's got Evil.
I mean, to be fair, no one wants to see that. That pretty much tells me that Evil's winning that as well.
No, I agree. No worries, Zodiac. It's as always a pleasure. If you're able to jump back in later on, you're more than welcome. And Crazy with a capital K, kinda. After the Evil match, he does have Yota Tsuji in the main event in Tokyo, and then he has.
He could genuinely lose, and he's got Uemura as well still. Like he could genuinely lose all of these matches. He could, and I wouldn't be surprised. He could.
Yeah, August 10th in Gunma, he's got Yuya in his final match.
Yeah.
It's over for David Finlay. It's over. Sorry, Finlay. It's over.
Yeah. And it's correct. The match out of all of them that he's most likely to win is Evil. And if that's your most likely match to win, you're pretty much done.
But we already know that they will not give him the win back from Dominion.
No.
He is not getting that win back.
No. At best for him, it will be a no contest and he gets no points anyway.
Oh, Zodiac, I feel for you. Run.
But yeah, at best, that Evil match will be a no contest and he'll get no points for that anyway. No.
Yeah. Fuck Evil.
But yeah, this match was a very violent match.
Yes.
I don't really know how to describe or even review this match, apart from just Finlay losing.
I don't.
Callum Newman. It's like Callum Newman attacks him, but while he's making his entrance, and then Finlay just decides to destroy him for like 5 minutes. But then him and his cocky self, he doesn't take advantage of this. He's just there taunting the crowd, taunting Newman. And then Newman uses his pace and for all of the criticisms we have of him with his Oz cutters and his diving stomps, he does have a very good penalty kick. He does, which he uses very well.
Yeah, I really like his penalty kick.
Yeah.
He really puts the momentum of the kick like Shibata does. Like he puts a lot of momentum into that kick, and it looks like when he wants to kick you, he wants to kick your head off.
Yeah. And then after that, we got a plancher, and then we got the double foot stomp. Now, fortunately, this was the only double foot stomp attempt we got in this match, and he actually hit it, which is, I guess, something. And that got a 2. And then after this, it was domination for the rest of this match from Finlay, where he hit a dominator. He got an into oblivion kicked, and then Newman kicked out. He tried to do it again, and he failed. So then he went to powerbomb Newman instead. And then this is where Newman Hurricane rolls up for the wins.
I don't like that this was won by a roll-up as well.
Neither do I.
Like,
I feel like if they were going to have Callum Newman win, they should have just had him beat Finlay properly. They should.
Yeah, I think he should have been finished to the mat, or even yet, since he was so focused, since David was so interested in just mocking Callum should have just beat him with the overkill. He should have used overkill against him. If you're going to the way he was doing it, it was overkill celebration. So Callum should have been, I'm just going to hit you with the overkill and see how you like it.
It should have been either that or Callum Newman wins by count out and kind of embarrasses Finlay.
I don't think so, Catherine. He's still got another year plus left in New Japan, anyway, maybe 2 years. I don't think Finlay's going to end up in WWE anyway.
Yeah, but I feel like it should have been either Callum Newman winning with the overkill or he wins by count out and just embarrasses Finlay.
Yeah, like proper, and even better in front of Gado.
Yeah, and then you just have Gado with that disappointed look on his face.
Yeah, because the turn is you're right from what you said earlier on. The turn is definitely coming.
Yeah, it's just a matter of when is it coming and how is it going to happen.
Yeah, they'll find a way to pull it off.
But then following that match, we had again, despite this being a House of Torture match, it was actually a very good match, and it was Taichi versus Sanada.
Yeah, and at least we didn't get we didn't get Midget Gonzalez Sanada in this one. We had a very odd Sanada, but I did like it. I like this had a very good flow to it. I think this is probably one of Sanada's better matches. He had a good pace, and not only that, Taichi really allowed Sanada to control a lot of this as well, despite the fact that Taichi attacked Sanada first during his entrance.
Yeah, and I like that.
Yeah, opposite to House of Torture style where they get the attack. Yeah. No, Taichi got the full attack this time.
Yeah, and it was just nice to see because it showed off the hatred that Taichi now has for Sanada following the betrayal from last year.
Yeah, and I like the fact that despite being present at ringside, you didn't get a lot of interference from Yoshinobu Kanemaru. You didn't get a lot of interference from him. But then when you did get the interference,
you had
got
Milano there. Yeah, and then you also had Milano there to kind of sort it out as well.
Yeah, really respecting his authority in the situation. It was really well done.
Yeah.
Really, really well done.
And then after that, and you saw how he basically eliminated Kanemaru from that match by throwing him into Sanada.
Yeah.
And then after that, they go back into the ring, and then you get a Dragon Sleeper, which was interesting. Not the skull end, but just the general Dragon Sleeper. But just...
really good choice of a match finish. Really good choice of a match finish. Really good. Enjoy
and I did like this. And I did like this. It was a Black Mephisto attempt, which Sanada escaped from, and he uses the low blow as he does. He hits a Shining Wizard, and then we're going to talk about the Young Lion incident, which we kind of briefly discussed earlier. Which they need to stop allowing the Young Lions to rush the ring thing.
Yeah. Because I said it earlier and I'll say it again. Can we stop with the drop kick use, please?
Yeah.
I'm
definitely.
really getting worried with the overuse of the drop kick by the Young Lions. Because the way he
Some
done
of them are way too reckless.
Yeah. The good thing is, and I'll say this, I will praise them for one thing when it comes to the drop kicks. They get the transition and the position correct. It's just, it's far too stiff. Far too stiff in execution, and that scares me a lot.
Yeah.
Glenn, good question. Would you ever choose fried calamari as a starter? I'm not. It's a good question. I've never really tried calamari, so can't really answer. I'm more of a just give me like a plate of 20 chicken wings and then I'm good.
I mean, I'm a fan of calamari. I think it's really nice, so I would definitely recommend it. I would definitely recommend it if you were ever thinking about trying it.
I'll definitely give it a try at some point. I've definitely never tried it though, so I can't really comment on it.
But yeah, this match, it had a good ending, but the Young Lions getting involved really soured it for me.
Yeah. It took away a good flow as well. Like they rushed it. Like this actually rushed the ending, which is really annoying because what it did, which even more bloody annoyed me, it added more time to the next match.
Yeah, and the next match, well, it wasn't, again, not a terrible match, but not great either, which was Evil and Yu Uemura, which
yeah. Oh yeah.
And I guess like most New Japan fans at this point in this G1, I think we're all pretty much sick of Evil in this tournament. Which means he's doing his job well. Just you'd rather him not.
Yeah, I'm glad he lost this one though. Like,
there's pretty much nothing to say really, except that again, it's pretty much copy and paste from Night 5. Again, typical House of Torture rubbish, except Uemura wins.
With a really nice deadbolt at the third attempt. He gets the deadbolt.
Yeah.
See, that's what I like, and I've said it before about matches that become finisher fests. I like if there's like multiple finisher attempts in a match, but not successful.
Yeah.
But then you get the one finisher at least to the win.
Yeah. I feel like matches that have finisher attempts that don't come off are better than just having matches where you kick out of finishers like 3 times each.
I've got a very interesting question to ask you as well.
Okay.
Were you surprised by how lenient Red Shoes was? Because there's a moment in the match where Yuya gets Irish whipped off the ropes and he completely collapses because of the damage that Evil does on the back, and obviously he hits the Dark Scorpion. Are you surprised that he was so lenient? Like, I'm surprised he didn't throw it out and give like a forfeit to Evil.
Nothing, especially when it comes to Red Shoes, nothing surprises me.
Jesus Christ, Bleach.
Oh, my Lord.
Jesus, that's a question to have. Wow. I'm glad we don't have to answer that because it was not directed at us. You got anything else you want to add on that one?
Not really, no. I'm tired of seeing Evil do the same shit every single match.
Yeah, me too. The main event, though, one thing is for sure because it's in the title. Tanahashi did reach win number 99 against David Finlay, but he did not get 100 against the man who I think who looks so much like him, and that's Oiwa.
And I am happy to report that did not happen.
I loved this match. I really did. I loved this match, and I think Tanahashi is going to pass over the swinging neckbreaker to Oiwa.
Yeah.
Because the air guitar, I think, is still going to Sonata.
Yeah. Well, if you can figure out who that is with.
He's generating a lot of anger for people, Glenn. Seriously, a lot of people get so angry by evil, but that's what a good heel does. The problem is he's not a good heel. He's just a fucking annoying heel.
Yeah.
It's like when Sheamus returned in 2014 and he came back with that 2015.
With that mohawk,
yeah, he came back with that ridiculous mohawk, and he kept getting told, "You look stupid." Evil, when the lights go back to normal, Evil looks stupid.
Yeah.
It's
almost like they should have Evil in those Mountain Dew pitch black matches for all of his matches. Just keep the mystique there. The same way, the way that Kane used to wrestle in red lights, have Evil wrestle in darkness.
Yeah, I think that's the right way to do it. It would actually be a lot better for him.
But anyway, enough about him. We need to talk about this main event, Winnie.
Yes, we do.
It was pretty much the perfect example of a passing the torch match to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like Tanahashi, he did all of his greatest hits, but he also gave Oiwa the canvas to pretty much just express himself and present himself in the best light possible, even me, who's not really a big Oiwa fan, I was very impressed with him in this match.
Yeah, I think when we spoke about talents that haven't got good pacing, I think Oiwa definitely has that. I don't need to worry about Oiwa when it comes to match pacing. Like, this was really well done.
And I guess that helps. That's the benefits of training and wrestling with Zack Sabre Jr. You get to learn that in a sense.
Yeah, for sure. And I think what else goes in his favor as well is he's allowing who he works with to take the control, and then he learns and reacts from them, and then he makes it so efficient. That's what I like about it. I think it's a really good match structure for him, and this is
something that I like about Oiwa. It's like, you see, we were talking about Oleg and how he has to carry the more established, experienced wrestler. When it comes to Oiwa's matches, it's like he's happy to allow the established veteran to have to carry him.
I agree. I'll be back too much Pepsi, so I will let you carry this one on.
Okay. So essentially we get to the point where Tanahashi is going through his paces, where it's the sling blade, the senton, the twist and shout, and all of that stuff. He goes in for a leg roll clutch. Oiwa counters that, and then he puts a sleeper in and then hits him with a Tenzan suplex, to which he gets a 2 out of that. He then hits Tanahashi with a doctor bomb for another 2. Tanahashi goes for the inside cradle that he used to beat Pinley, obviously, and then that gets countered as well. But as they come up, Oiwa hits him with the grip, and then that's the match pretty much. It was a very, like I said, it was a passing of the torch match. Oiwa is showing me that he's got the potential to be a future champion. Even if I'm not so much a fan of his, he definitely showed me that there is something there. And if they really take him seriously and push him as well as he can, I feel like he will be, like I said earlier, he will be the Zack Sabre Jr. successor. Yeah. And this is a major thing that I was worried about. Going into this G1, I was worried that Tanahashi was going to just steamroll his way through. And I'm glad, like Abel said, that this isn't happening. It's more important for Tanahashi at this stage in his final road to establish the younger generation and show that he has faith in them to lead the company in his absence, instead of just dominating, like you've seen John Cena do, for example, or the Great Muta do in Noah, where it's the older retired veteran trying to prove that he can still keep up with all of the younger wrestlers on his way out. Whereas with Tanahashi, he is showing that he's willing to give all of these people that he's kind of nurtured the chance to just wrestle and be themselves and pick up important wins, which I think is going to do them the world of good for the development in their careers, I'd say. But does anyone have any sort of questions or thoughts that they want to share with this G1 so far, whilst we wait for Reece to come back? Well, all of the women are joining. All of the women are joining OnlyFans because they can't wrestle and they need to find a way to make money. That's the best way I can put that.
I agree. Thank you very much, Roy Sheen. That means a lot. Tanahashi is awesome, but I'm glad he's passing the torch. Yeah, he absolutely is, and I think he's picked the right opponent. I think there's only one of two. I think it was between Oiwa and Gabe Kidd.
Yeah, and he already passed the torch to Gabe Kidd before the G1.
Yeah. As for this,
like I said, all of the women are joining OnlyFans because they can't wrestle. They're getting fired and they need money.
Yeah, I agree. I'm sure veterans can learn a trick or two from Tanahashi. They absolutely can.
Yes. I actually said this while you were gone, Reece. I was saying that going into this G1, I was worried that it was just going to be Tanahashi demolishing the competition and doing well in the G1, getting wins that he shouldn't be. And I kind of compared it to how John Cena's being portrayed and how the Great Muta was portrayed in Noah in his last year, where it was the old guard trying to prove that they can still hang with the younger generation. Whereas with Tanahashi, he's giving the younger generation the chance to like demonstrate their skills and kind of like set themselves up for the future after Tanahashi, so that the fans know that the company as a whole kind of believe in this new generation going forward, so that when Tanahashi retires next year, they don't need to worry about, what's the future of the company going to look like? How's the main event going to look? In a way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I was going to say, this sure as hell, this has got to be a work, because I saw he did a promo in front of cows, which was absolutely funny.
Well, one thing I will say, if he is stuck in England, stay in England. Don't go to New Jersey.
Yeah,
because you do not need to be in a tag match with Jelly Roll.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Completely agree. To be fair, in the nicest way, Catherine does not like women's wrestling. So,
no.
Catherine's comments about women's wrestling sucks. She just does not like women's wrestling, which is understandable. Like, I've got no argument with that. Oh, my mate was refereeing the Michael Lockin match tonight. You jammy bastard. He always seems to get it. Jersey sucks as a state too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Pretty much. Drew deserves better. Stay in England. Drew deserves better. Go back north.
Hmm.
Like, there's a better one. They could have had Rag and Bones instead of Jelly Roll. Exactly. They went for the B-Tech version of Rag and Bone, man. They went for Jelly Bean.
Hmm.
It's seriously unfunny.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Well, sort of anyway. Well, we'll get to that next week, I'm sure, when we have to actually talk about SummerSlam. Which
I agree. Oh, there's a few videos there about the LIJ. Oh wow. Oh hello. Oh, the Grapple Clips account is posted earlier on. I haven't seen this till now, but he posted a grapple clip of the match that Kenny had with Danielson in Ring of Honor. It's the spinning forearm. Ugh. Many happy returns, mate. Many happy returns in advance, because we won't be live for that. That's for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, is there anything else that you want to touch on about Night 7 of the G1 apart from it probably being the weakest night of the lot?
I think Night 7 truly established like what young guy they are going to go focused for the rest of the tournament. Oiwa for sure. I think he's that follow up.
Yeah.
Positive as well. Night 7 had an increased crowd. Night 7 had an increased crowd compared to the other two shows, so that's actually a very good positive.
Yeah.
But I would like to see them really go all in. Like, but by this time next year, I want to see a more established core of like the younger talent taking over, so the veterans cannot be so heavily relied on, and the veterans can just enjoy the tournament, because that's pretty much what they should be doing. They should obviously be aiming to win, but they should be enjoying it rather than being the reason that they get attendances up.
Yeah, because right now it feels like all of the veterans are just babysitting the younger talent.
Yeah, and absolutely, Catherine, he is trying. It's not. It's difficult when it's the economy over there is not as great as well, and that's not helping.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a problem for them, but they're trying. They'll figure it out. I think the problem as well, I said it earlier on, I think the main event scene in Noah is just stronger than New Japan. But I would like to see Noah and New Japan do some more collaborations with each other, because it's been a while since we had one, and I think that might help.
I mean, it's not been that long. I think it was 2023 where they did the All Together show.
Yeah.
But I feel like there does need to be more of a collaboration between them. There's
massive. We'll see if they do it though, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And this is why I say like people like blame like other companies for taking their talent. It's not essentially that. It's the economy stops the talent from staying, which is really horrible.
Yeah, because I've seen so many wrestlers say that they would have, if it was up to them, they would be happy to stay in Japan, but obviously they've got families and stuff that they need to look after, so it makes sense for them to go and look elsewhere.
Exactly. So I think as well, whilst we're here, everyone knows the story because we like doing these now. It's becoming like the new mainstay. Obviously, that's 3 great nights of wrestling we reviewed in 1 hour 59, just under 2 hours.
Yeah. Also helps that it was a very House of Torture heavy review, which will always speed things up. Thank goodness.
Exactly. But you still get the best of us where you're getting the authentic, original, but straight to the point review. So now, ladies and gentlemen, you've already had yours, so you still can't compete.
Yeah.
But Catherine, honestly, jump in and do it. Hold on, let me check. Whilst I'm sorting things out, if you want to get involved, you just need to put a check mark in the chat. You guys know the score. But the G1 episodes are, Catherine, if you want to watch, they are all on Watch Wrestling as well.
Yeah.
Another thing that actually did start as well today, the 5-star Grand Prix. I haven't watched it yet though, but that's on Watch Wrestling as well. I need to watch that, to be honest. B. Priestley was there. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that definitely does go. Like, we could maybe do some stuff on that. We could watch it, maybe react to it. I don't know. But yes, so if you guys want to take part at Maria straight away, if you have a topic ready, jump in. If you land on the spinner, because we're going to do one rebooking session. One of them rebook, and then we'll see how it goes. Glenn, I really don't want to know. I really do not want to know. So if Maria lands on the spinner, Maria has picked Rumble 39. Is that for the going to WrestleMania 39? Oh, right. Okay, that's for WrestleMania 39. So that's 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Now,
is that just the match?
She meant,
or is that the
she meant, she meant Mania 39.
Mania 39.
Both nights, okay. Roy Sheen straight in. See what anyone lands on, which will be fun. Catherine, nobody's subbing to Vicky Guerrero's OnlyFans. Nobody would ever want that. So Abu wants in. He's picked SummerSlam 2021. Okay. King of the Ring with Mabel winning. That's what Glenn's in. So that's King of the Ring 1995. God almighty. No worries, Catherine. You better stick around even though you're cooking dinner. I think those women ought to be ashamed. The thing is, I'm not a fan of it. If they want to do it, they want to do it, but I just don't want to see it or care about it, and I'll never contribute to it, so I'm all right.
Also, speaking of that, what are your thoughts of the whole ban that the government have put on those sort of sites for the UK one?
In a way, I kind of understand it, and I think that's a good thing, but because obviously it protects people. But I still think it's crazy that that's their main prerogative when there's other things that they should be sorting first that would actually ensure safer protection.
Yeah.
Like, that's for sure. Absolutely not, Glenn. Bleach, I do not know. I'm probably not. If you want to ask that question, I would certainly just go and ask Braun Breaker. Because I don't know. Also, I think Cora Jade's whole I'm taking a break for the rest of 2025 to do this when she's now saying she makes more money off that in a month than most wrestlers. I'm like, you've not taken a break from pro wrestling in general. You've left the wrestling industry to go and do this, claiming it was a mental break when it's clearly not.
Yeah.
They should use it to clamp down on social media. I agree. Far more important. And then that leads to other things. Roy Sheen, we are going to start it now. So I will share my screen and then we are all ready to go. Let's see who gets what. success rate. Let's see. Why did it not?
And we also get to see if the Excel spreadsheet will actually load properly today.
Oh, it's worked. I don't know why this is not working though, which is really annoying. There we go. No, Glenn. Leave Pepsi Max alone. So today's winner is Roy Sheen. Roy Sheen, what is your topic of choice?
I'm interested to see this one.
Same here. I'm intrigued.
She's picked Jushin Thunder Liger.
Is this as in we're rebooking Liger in 2004? Interesting.
Very interesting.
So let's have a look at particularly what did he have in 2004. Funnily enough, like straight up tops. Let's see, he does have a junior heavyweight match against Kikuchi in May. Then he's got Kanemaru in July. So it's another mainstay for him as the GHC heavyweight champion. And he's also got Ring of Honor as well because he does have the Danielson match. It's going to be... This one's going to be tricky.
The fact that we've still got Kanemaru causing havoc now when he was wrestling in 04 is wild to me.
I agree. I like the topic. Like I really do. This is going to be very tricky though. But we can give it a shot. Okay, so in general, let's see. His first match... Let's results per page, for goodness sake. I want more than that. Let's see if I can get... So this is on Pro Fight IDB. I'm doing 100. No, it's an interesting one. So there's... The thing is, because it's a Japanese wrestler in the Japanese organization, the only thing that makes it tricky is it's mostly just matches.
Yeah.
So you don't really get any programs. That's the only thing that makes it slightly tricky. His first match of the year, though, is against Takashi Sugura for the junior heavyweight title, and he wins it. So he becomes champion at that show. That's New Japan Wrestling World, January 4th, 2004, which would eventually become, a couple years later, it would become Wrestle Kingdom. There's a lot here. I think it might be better. I think it might be better to maybe change the topic.
Yeah, I think just for the sake of being able to actually book a calendar year of something, it would be better to change the topic.
Yeah, I think so as well. It's a great topic. It's just very tricky.
Because when it comes to Japan, they don't really do things in like a yearly basis, because like it's not every wrestler's booked for every single big event night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they don't do like the booking like in the way that we're used to. It's totally different
Yeah.
style, so it makes it a little bit tricky. But we can certainly incorporate some things. It's crazy as well. I don't remember watching this match, but he actually has in October that year. If that's okay, Roy Sheen, what's our topic? He actually has in October that year an 8-person tag match where he teams up with Gedo and Jado and Katsushi Takamura versus Goto, Nakajima, Taguchi, and Ishimori in an 8-person tag, and it's 3 out of 5 falls.
Wow.
And that's in October that year. That's mental. When did he lose the...
It's just interesting. It's just cool to see how much longevity these Japanese wrestlers have.
It's incredible, eh? He loses the junior heavyweight title. He loses the junior heavyweight title to Kanemaru in July that year at Departure. Fair enough. She's picked Hart 2011.
Wouldn't that be Bret Hart 2010, since he wasn't doing anything in 2011?
Could do. Like, we could do Bret Hart from 2010 and 2011, but instead of that, like, maybe have a better use of a retirement match and he becomes a full-blown GM.
I guess so, yeah.
So you can see how he does with that. I've turned off scroll lock, so we'll actually go down a little bit better on this. Thank God for the game PC actually behaving. Okay, so Bret Hart 2010-11. So, well, we know how this starts. So, Bret Hart returns to the WWE. Oh, it would help if it behaves.
I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't actually change much until you actually get to WrestleMania. And then that's where the change is beginning.
Yeah, so he returns to WWE. Now, am I right? I need to get the exact date. Hulk Hogan's TNA date, because obviously he returns to basically counter that show.
Wasn't that January 4th?
Yeah, it was. Because Wrestle Kingdom was just after it, and
yeah,
we know how bad that was. That one. Bret Hart officially retired in 2000.
Yeah.
2000 he officially retired, but
for reasons that we all know very well, unfortunately.
Yeah, so January 4th to counter Hulk Hogan, because this is pretty much what they brought him in for, counter Hulk Hogan's TNA debut. But TNA actually won that one.
Yeah.
The only time they won.
To be fair, I reckon that was more so to do with Jeff Hardy showing up, if anything. Huh?
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. So Bret encounters Vince, which I'll use his proper name, McMahon, and HBK 13 years after the Montreal Screwjob. Because that's pretty much what that whole episode was about.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we don't see him for a while after that. So, what are we thinking?
I actually think we keep it the same, to be honest, because the sole purpose of bringing Brett back was just to counter the Hogan thing. They didn't actually need him before that. Afterwards,
Exactly. So timeline remains the same up to WrestleMania 26 in Phoenix. Okay. So this is the first change. The change will start from here.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you thinking? First change, what are you thinking?
I would say that after Brett beats Vince, I say that Brett becomes the GM just straight off the bat instead of waiting for a couple of months like they did in real life.
Yep, I like that. I put HBK involved in WrestleMania match with Vince and Brett. You're giving Michaels double duty? Because remember, Michaels at this point would still have the Taker match in the main event. I feel like that's I don't know if that's... I don't know. Do you want to? I feel like that's a little bit overkill for Michaels, who more focused on, well...
Yeah. I don't think it makes sense given the stakes of his own match. I don't think it would make sense for him to make an appearance before that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Brett becomes the permanent Raw general manager Raw after Mania. Right. What's his first assignment? Do we think?
First assignment.
Like his first major feudal program.
I'm trying to think of the landscape of Raw at this time.
So Cena's champion.
Yeah.
Batista has his rematch clause at Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
Sheamus has just lost to Triple H. Yeah. Michaels is retired. Jericho is world champion, and he goes to SmackDown.
Well, Jericho was already on SmackDown at this point.
Yeah. We have Edge over there still, so we don't have... Randy Orton has just had the triple threat legacy.
Yeah.
Showmiz are the tag team champions, aren't they?
Yes, and I actually... Wait, do they lose the titles at Extreme Rules?
I think so. And also, Nexus aren't around till months later. They debut on Raw
in June, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. So right now we're at the beginning of April in this timeline. So we've still got a couple of months before they show.
Also, as well, Jack Swagger tries to cash in Money in the Bank on Raw, and it doesn't happen. So he then goes to SmackDown.
Yeah. Which
is good. Let's have a look at... Let me just quickly get the WrestleMania 26 up so we can get the rest of the other stuff that was involved, other talent that was involved. So, yeah, Showmiz are the tag champs, well, the unified tag champs. Morrison and R-Truth. You've got... In terms of the stupidity of the Money in the Bank ladder match, that's what we've got.
How did they get through this year with that roster?
No idea.
Because just looking at it, I can't think of anything.
It's quite poor, and even the next event is even worse. Look at this. I mean, apart from the fact that Sheamus is on the image, results. Triple H gets a rematch with Sheamus and Sheamus wins. Swagger Randy Orton for the world title, which is just really poor. The Hart Dynasty win the gauntlet match against Show Miz.
It's like literally all of the good matches are SmackDown matches. Raw has nothing, Raw.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, all you get from Raw basically is Sheamus Triple H street fight, and then Cena Batista last man standing for the WWE title.
Yeah, and then I guess if you want to count it, Randy Orton for some reason challenging for the world title.
Yeah, that made no sense to me at the time. So, Road to Extreme Rules. Maybe we can fix this here somehow. So maybe he changes. The Intercontinental title was still on SmackDown at this point, wasn't it? It was US title was on Raw.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And that's on the Miz as well.
I think maybe what we do is we have the Miz defend his US title on this show.
Okay.
But then the tag titles are lost on Raw.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Like, because we need to free up.
We need to do something.
Yeah, so we'll say Brett. Brett makes a main event match for the Raw after Mania. He declares that Show Miz will defend their unified tag team titles.
I guess you could do it against Gallows and CM Punk, because the unified titles, they floated over both shows at the time.
Yeah, and then the Hart Dynasty can challenge Gallows. And wait, to be fair, CM Punk did lose the mask versus hair match.
Oh, yeah.
Extreme Rules. So we'll just do the Hart Dynasty.
I guess so, yeah.
Well, they were the only team, pretty much.
Because surely you're not going to do a rematch of Morrison and the Truth again.
No, against Hart Dynasty.
Because nepotism. Because
exactly, no one allowed at ringside. Go with that. That's something at least. New tag champs crowned, and we'll keep some timeline the same. So Batista gets his rematch.
Yeah.
For Extreme Rules. Last man standing, still the same thing.
Yeah, but I also want to. I also want to change the timeline here. I want to give, instead of giving Randy Orton the world title match, I want to give him a number one contenders match for the next show.
Okay.
Because then that stops him, Edge, and Batista all getting injured. That stops.
Mm-hmm. Good idea. Who are we thinking then?
Sheamus, I'd say Sheamus.
Yeah.
Because instead of having the Sheamus Triple H match at Extreme Rules, you could have that pipe attack that he does at the end of Raw, right Triple H off, instead of carrying that out, since Triple H just goes away anyway.
Exactly. And I'll keep the same stipulation, street fight, because it ties in really well. Winner gets the WWE title match.
And that's over the limit.
Exactly, which was a horrible event.
And I guess, and it also kind of makes sense because Sheamus, Orton, and Cena, all three of them end up in that fatal four-way match at the next pay-per-view after that.
So we're keeping a little bit of timeline the best way.
Yeah. And also, it means that we can get Orton out of the world title scene without having to focus on the world title, because that's on SmackDown.
Yes.
So whatever they decide to do makes no difference. For all I care, it could be Jericho, Edge, and Swagger in the triple threat.
I like that. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. What am I looking for? Undertaker as well. He was removed from this one, but that doesn't apply to us anyway. So
No.
the Hart Dynasty actually had Chris Jericho and The Miz for the tag titles at Over the Limit and did retain.
Yeah.
I want to make a big change as well.
Big Show doesn't turn face.
Yeah, that match was only 5 minutes. Which is, you know what's even funnier? It went 5 minutes, 5 seconds. Eve Torres versus the Maurice was 5 minutes, 3 seconds. That is mental. Kofi Kingston beat Drew McIntyre for the IC title in 6 minutes, 24. Jesus, this is horrible. What I'm thinking, because we don't get Edge versus Randy Orton as well, which is at this event a double count out. I'm thinking, how about we have at Over the Limit, we have 2 battle royals. And hear me out. So this is good. So we'll do Extreme Rules first, but Over the Limit, we have 2 battle royals I think are going to be really, really helpful.
Now, do these have any stakes, or are they just battle royals for the sake of getting
2
people on the card?
Oh, 2 titles up for grabs.
Okay. IC in US?
Yep. And they're going to switch shows. They're going to switch shows.
Interesting.
Yep. IC title is coming to Raw, and the US title is going back to SmackDown.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And it's going to be everybody that is not a champion can participate in these battle royals.
Yeah.
Which just makes it more fun. Right.
Well, everyone that's not a champion or facing a champion, obviously, because you're not going to pull double duty in this area.
Exactly. Basically that, yeah. So, Extreme Rules. I want to throw a big spanner in the works. I want Batista to regain the title.
For what purpose? I don't have anything against it, but what's the purpose of this?
He gets it to SummerSlam, and then
so he's not quitting after Over the Limit.
Yeah.
Okay.
He gets to have the feud with like the general manager, where he's just like dictating his authority instead of Bret Hart. So Bret Hart basically gets you're picking your favorites to take me on. And we just don't know who actually beats Batista for the title, which makes the drag out to SummerSlam.
Okay.
Which I think is so much better. So, and that means that means like Cena's. Does that mean we have Cena lose the I Quit match, or do we change the stipulation? Maybe we have to. Maybe I have to keep.
No, I guess we wouldn't. I guess we just have to change when the Cena Batista match happens, because the Street Fight's the #1 contenders match.
Yeah, I like that. So Extreme Rules, last man standing. Batista regains the title, becomes a 7-time champ. Because that was his 7th reign. This will be Batista's last reign for sure, in my idea.
Yeah.
After this, no more championships.
Unless we end up redoing 2014, in that case, he's definitely getting the belt.
Yeah. He becomes a 7-time champ. Randy Orton wins the street fight. Babyface versus heel champion. Evolution. Evolution for Over the Limit, which is actually much better.
Yeah. And also, don't forget all of the injuries that Orton caused Batista in the years prior.
Exactly. And Batista's just going to absolutely destroy him.
Yeah.
Batista regains the title, becomes 7-time champ. Randy Orton wins the street fight. Miz and McIntyre.
Jericho, it was.
Oh, I've got them retaining their singles titles. Retain the US and IC titles for now.
So do you know already who you're gonna have to win each title?
Oh yeah, and you're gonna like it. Like, you're really gonna like this.
Okay.
So, Over the Limit. Both of them are going to be 15-man battle royals.
Mhm.
He was already on SmackDown. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, then, yeah, I guess he wins. He wins the. Wait, no, he can't win that. Does it?
Means you're taking. I suppose you have to take. Christian definitely gets the IC title because
Yeah.
Christian is actually a very good IC champion. Who could we take? Go to. You know what? Because I think he actually
I
deserves.
mean, you could have a SmackDown wrestler win it. Yeah, why not? Let's give it to R-Truth. Why not? Because I was thinking with Ray, he wins the world title, so I don't think you'd want to change that too much.
I agree. So we've got two new champions, and they both get exchanged because it's confirmed during the pay-per-view. Like the winner of each show, ahead of the draft, the IC title is going back to Raw. The US champion is
Yeah.
going to SmackDown. It's agreed between the two GMs,
Yeah.
which I actually think is
But
better.
obviously, because they're both baby faces, it's a very simple agreement that they can come to. So,
Exactly. So Christian is now, and what we'll do as well is Christian gets the favourable treatment that Batista hates, because obviously Canadian to Canadian, Canadian to American, so it
Yeah.
aggravates Batista. So
Yeah.
it leads to this. So Over the Limit, WWE title match. Batista retains versus Orton,
Yeah.
and Mysterio wins the world title.
No, Over the Limit, Mysterio wins the. Oh, so you're doing the Mysterio world title win here instead of Fatal 4-Ways?
Yeah, he gets it early because then
Okay.
because I'll have him retain the title Fatal 4-Way and then loses it at Money in the Bank.
I mean, anything to stop Big Show getting a title match, I guess.
That is the intention. That is
Yeah.
the major intention.
And it wasn't just one; it was two. I'm pretty sure that he got.
Yeah, he had two matches. Yeah, really stupid. Obviously, you've got the private chat there because obviously we have got a chat here. I'm going to click. I need to stop drinking. Back in 2 seconds.
And as he stops drinking, I start. Does anyone here have any ideas for the Nexus, by the way? Because we're getting to that part of the year where they debut again.
Good idea. We are getting very close to the Nexus.
Yeah.
This is where it's going to get very tricky. So, first thing I'm going to put in there, so obviously, Raw after Over the Limit. Christian is congratulated for winning the IC title, which angers Batista. That he is not getting the same praise from Brett and goes to attack. But Christian interferes.
And then I guess we also have the Fatal 4-Way qualifiers start here, I would assume.
Absolutely. We've got champion versus champion main event. No titles, just fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fatal 4-Way qualifier, so Batista's already in the match. Okay, so we'll just confirm that is there. Who are we thinking?
I would say keep it similar to what it was in real life.
Okay, so Fatal 4-Way.
So I'm thinking who would you... So I'm thinking if the actual match was Cena, Orton, Edge, Sheamus, which one of those four would you take out in this case?
Sheamus won it in the timeline.
Yeah. But I guess maybe you take Sheamus out because he's not winning the belt here.
And it's already balanced out with a heel anyway, which is Batista.
Yeah.
Edge was a tweener. Randy Orton and Cena were both baby faces.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll keep same. Yeah, Batista.
Yeah.
Edge,
Batista, Cena, Edge, Orton. I'd say.
So we'll do Cena versus Sheamus. Edge versus Chris Jericho was actually back on Raw at this point.
Yeah.
Edge versus Chris Jericho again.
And it kind of makes sense because they were still kind of beefing at this point.
Yeah, and Randy Orton versus Mark Henry.
Wait, was Henry still on Raw at this point?
I believe so, yeah. Because he was part of the Nexus stuff as well. Throughout.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Fatal 4-Way qualifying matches. Cena, Edge, and Orton all win and progress to challenge for the WWE title. There we go. That's good. Right. So, Fatal 4-Way. But we need to see because we need to still do like what can Brett do leading up to this.
We also need to mention that the Nexus debut before this pay-per-view, the next.
Yeah.
And then I guess this is where things change. Instead of them attacking Vince, they attack Brett.
Yeah, I like that. Wait, wasn't Brett not the first one attacked anyway?
No, it was Cena, Punk, and the commentators and all that stuff.
Can we make one change as well?
Yep. What was that?
Daniel Bryan does not spit in Cena's face because I don't want him to get... Because I know he gets fired to come back for Team WWE.
That's not what he got fired for, though. So you could still have him spit in Cena's face. He got fired for choking Justin Roberts with his tie.
I thought it was because he spat in Cena's face because, well, the golden goose of that generation. Nexus debut on Raw and an attack Bret Hart, imposing their statement of the new heel faction. Shall we change the? Should we have? Because it was Punk versus Cena for the WWE title, wasn't it? Or was it just Punk versus Cena?
It was just Punk versus Cena 1-on-1.
You know what, we'll do the exact same then. We won't change the timeline. We'll just we won't change the full thing. Yeah. We'll just have Cena versus. We'll have Batista on commentary this time.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's just watching to keep an eye out for a contender.
Yeah.
Batista.
Literally nothing changes. The only difference is Cena isn't the champions.
Yeah, Batista on commentary.
But then nothing really changes because the champion still gets beat up in this case.
Exactly. Versus Cena. Nexus destroys everybody. Daniel Bryan.
No choking with Titan Notch.
Yeah, does not get fired. I'll maintain that because I am not.
Although he does, I will say, but he does need to turn face before SummerSlam. He does.
Oh yeah, he's gonna. He is gonna, because I am actually gonna have him come out of the Nexus storyline, because I think the best thing is we have the Nexus. Daniel Bryan doesn't need the Nexus. I think maybe he tells Wade Barrett that because he's not good enough as a leader, he wants nothing to do with it. So he gets kicked out of the faction, and they just have a match. But Bryan's focus is on championships, and he goes after Christian.
Yeah.
In the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
So we don't get the Miz feud in a way.
Or at least not yet. Anyway, at least.
Yeah. Which is much better.
Yeah.
So there we go. So.
Or we could get that Miz feud still, but just after Bryan beats Christian.
Yeah. He gets jealous that the indie darling is the Intercontinental champion, which I quite like that.
His rookie is the champion and he isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's got the Money in the Bank briefcase, even.
Yeah.
Which in this timeline again, I think I will change.
Yeah. Same. So, Over the Limit.
Well, no, this Fatal 4-Way now.
Sorry, yeah, my bad. Sorry, yeah, Fatal 4-Way. They actually got involved and helped Sheamus win the match. So
they didn't really help him win. Sheamus just took advantage of it.
Yeah. Batista, champion versus Orton versus Edge versus Cena. WWE title match. Nexus interferes. And Batista capitalizes, pinning Cena to retain the title. Cena versus Nexus now begins properly. And this time we're changing that finish as well.
Yeah, definitely. I guess you still have the same Cena versus champion steel cage match, which then leads to SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But now we've got to look towards building the Money in the Bank ladder match as well.
We do indeed. So Money in the Bank 2010.
And I guess it's easy because we don't need to worry about any IC title matches because the mid-card champion was in the ladder match.
Exactly. World title match, WWE Championship match. So Miz, Jericho, Edge, Evan Bourne, Morrison, Mark Henry, Randy Orton, Ted DiBiase. Christian was actually in the SmackDown one. So in a way, you are right. Like, we've swapped it around. So
I
Ted
think I would. Yeah, so obviously you swap Christian for Ted DiBiase.
Yeah.
But I was thinking Edge wins this.
And then Edge cashes in on Batista after the steel cage.
No, because Batista's getting to SummerSlam. You said.
Oh wait, so he is. Yes, so he is. Does he cash in at SummerSlam, or does he just say, "I want the match at SummerSlam"? Just beats Batista.
I don't think so. I think Edge just holds the briefcase, and then I think he still cashes in the same way.
Yeah, it makes
he
Batista
cashes in the same way that Miz does.
Yeah, after the match, and he just beats him. Okay, Money in the Bank 2010. So, Raw ladder match. Miz versus Edge versus Jericho versus Christian. Wait, I've got it right there in front of me on the screen. I'm just typing on the spreadsheet. Versus Christian versus Morrison versus Bourne versus Henry. Edge wins the ladder match.
Yeah, actually, no. I would actually no. He has to cash in before the point that the Miz did, because he ends up leaving Raw.
He does. He goes to SmackDown.
Yeah,
and becomes world champion.
Yeah, and obviously we can't change that because there aren't any. Because if we leave Edge on Raw, there are no baby faces to beat Kane.
How about this then? In a shock twist, Jericho. Actually, no, that's changing our own time. Actually, to be fair, this is a different booking of this. How about Jericho wins the Money in the Bank?
I mean, yeah. It still makes sense. Jericho can win and then cash in and lose before he disappears off for Fozzy anyway.
Exactly. Jericho wins Money in the Bank.
And also, who doesn't want to see Jericho win the match that he created?
Exactly. That's a huge timeline change.
Yeah.
Which is a perfect one. Let's see, got that. Okay. So we've got it on there. So now, Sheamus beats Cena to retain the title. So Batista's going to have. I think we should still have a steel cage, but we'll actually give Cena the match.
Also, apparently today's Triple H's birthday.
It's Nick Nemeth's birthday as well today, which is weirdly enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. The next event absolutely is SummerSlam.
And now we have to build up to this.
Yeah. So at SummerSlam, the Intercontinental title was defended by Dolph Ziggler, and it ended in a no contest versus Kofi Kingston. Randy Orton versus Sheamus for the WWE title. Randy Orton won by DQ in a last chance. If anyone interfered, they would have been suspended. Kane had Rey Mysterio for the world title, and then obviously we had the Undertaker return. Then we had the 7-on-7 elimination match, which Bret Hart was actually involved in. So
yeah. Would you keep him still as part of that match, or would you take him out of it?
I want him in it, but I want him to wrap a steel chair around Wade Barrett's head instead.
Okay.
So may as well make it clear. Nexus running havoc on Raw. Bret finally returns from injury.
So are we still having that stint of the anonymous GMs?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the show's
but obviously instead of it being like its own thing, it's like just as a helping sort of thing.
Exactly. So they run havoc on Raw. Bret finally returns from injury, declares that at SummerSlam, the Nexus will compete against a team chosen by Bret. And if the Nexus lose, Wade Barrett will forfeit his NXT clause for the championship match, and all members of Nexus will be fired. If the WWE members lose, that member will be forced to join Nexus permanently.
That doesn't work though, because it was an elimination match.
Oh yeah, we're going to have like the last final member has to join them.
Yeah.
But I feel like actually no, that just makes it boring.
Yeah.
How about the winner of that gets the WWE title match instead?
Yeah. Yeah, if the WWE members win the last, but even I guess that could still make sense, because if there's more than one survivor, it could be a multi-man match.
They get Barrett's title match instead for Hell in a Cell, because that's the next event.
No, Night of Champions was.
Sorry, Night Champion. Sorry. So that's actually a good thing. Barrett's clause is up for grabs.
Mm-hmm.
And he can win or lose it, which is actually more fun.
Yeah.
Right. Who are we having in this one? So we're definitely taking out Daniel Bryan, because he will be
on the other team.
Yeah.
So we've got to mention that somewhere down the line. So we've got to mention that somewhere between Money in the Bank and SummerSlam, Bryan turns face.
Yeah, we'll do control of Nexus match. Control of leadership for the Nexus.
Because obviously Bryan doesn't want to be fired for losing, was he?
No, he does not.
And he wants to make sure that he's in control, so he can make sure that they don't lose.
Exactly. But then obviously they all turn on him, and then he gets kicked out of Nexus.
Yeah. So we could even do it in the sense that this match doesn't happen. They just beat him up before it starts.
Exactly. But then they recruit a new member to annoy him. So this could tie in where...
So which member is this that we're bringing in?
Christian.
Huh?
So Christian, they think Christian as Intercontinental Champion is going to join Team WWE, but he betrays Team WWE and he joins the Nexus.
Interesting.
And that's how Bryan joins Team WWE. And obviously Bryan eliminates Christian from the match, and that sets up Bryan versus Christian at Night of Champions for the Intercontinental title.
Okay.
So they get a little bit of a one rookie goes to Team WWE because they kept labeling him a rookie, which is annoying. And then one veteran goes to the Nexus.
Okay.
So they have a lot of experience. I was going to add Jericho, but I was like, you've got the money in the bank. You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
But will he still be a part of the WWE team? Will he?
Nah, Jericho's not involved in this match.
Okay.
Because he's going to obviously cash in
Yeah.
the WWE title. So he can just be... Actually, suppose he could get eliminated.
Well, I mean, he walks out of the match anyway.
Yeah, just that. Yeah, we'll keep it like that then.
Yeah.
The only difference is who's on the teams. Yeah. So, Team WWE's team was pretty shit though.
Well, it wasn't that bad. I guess it was just Morrison, Truth, and Bret Hart.
Yeah, it just didn't really help it.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you want to do this? Who are you going to have on Team WWE?
I'm trying to think. Actually, that depends. What's the WWE title match?
That is it, literally right above Randy Orton versus Sheamus.
No, I mean in this timeline.
We'll do Batista versus Orton.
Okay, then Sheamus will be in this team.
Yeah.
Instead of R-Truth, who's on SmackDown, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I guess you can just keep John Morrison because they were high on John Morrison at this time. Because
yeah. Bret Hart, Edge, Chris Jericho, Sheamus, and Daniel Bryan.
And then I guess, it also kind of makes sense because Sheamus isn't really doing it to help the team. He just wants the title back.
Absolutely. So then we've got Team Nexus, Wade Barrett.
So which one of them are we taking out for Christian? Which one?
Oh, Skip Sheffield.
Ah.
Wade Barrett, David Otunga, Justin Gabriel, who for me was the best member of that freaking group at SummerSlam. Heath Slater, Darren Young, Michael Tarver, and I'm going to mark this carefully. The traitor to Team WWE. Which is a massive timeline change, which is a good change.
Yeah.
And then Batista versus Randy Orton. And I'll keep the same stipulation, last chance match.
Mm.
And since Jericho is a heel still at this point, Jericho cashes in on Randy Orton.
But would you have Jericho win or does he lose?
I think since he's about to leave for Fozzy, he fails the cash in.
Okay.
Jericho walks out. Actually, we'll make it a may as well title at SummerSlam. SummerSlam 2010. Brett gets disqualified.
But before we do this, will Jericho still be around for Night of Champions, or are we just writing him off here?
We can say that since he got annoyed by it, he demands a rematch from Brett, and Brett grants it.
Okay.
And then Randy Orton punts him, and that writes him off TV. Yeah. So SummerSlam, Team WWE lose to the Nexus. So Barrett keeps his title shot, but because Jericho demands it, he's given the title shot for the following event. Okay. Or we just give him on, or we just following event because it's better than just a standard Raw. Team
I
Barrett.
mean, to be fair, they could just make it a triple threat. To be fair,
Yeah, that works. Barrett
because
keeps.
there's nothing that specifies that the title match has to be 1-on-1, as we saw in real life.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely, Bleach, you're spot on. Barrett keeps his title shot. Jericho walks out. Christian is eliminated by Bryan. And then hits the kill switch. Out of frustration, Barrett pins Bryan to eliminate him. Then Barrett beats Cena.
Does anyone interfere to make this happen, or is it just cleans?
You know, if just for the sake fact is it's a new talent going over. Before he walks out, Jericho attacks Cena with the briefcase.
Okay, I was yeah. Wait, no, because he would have already lost the briefcase at this point. He would have cashed in.
Or we're going to make that the main event.
Well, I mean, it was already the main event in real life.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair. Yeah, I'm fine with that. We'll just have Barrett just pin Cena.
I guess, yeah.
So Night of Champions. Brett announces Jericho.
And then I guess we could say Batista quits because he's not in the match, but because he doesn't get a rematch. But
yeah, we can have him quit now.
Brett refuses to give Batista a match after the way he's been acting, and then he just quits.
Absolutely. Refuse to grant Batista a rematch. Batista quits. WWE. Yeah, I like that. That's really good. And that maintains a little bit of legitimacy where he actually is gone at this point.
Yeah. And that actually did happen in real life as well, but instead it was Brett refused to put him in the Fatal 4-Way match, so he quit.
So well, obviously he did come back, but obviously at this point nobody thought he was going to return. So
yeah,
Batista leaves, and I'm going to mark that one in red. There we go.
You have fun playing Drax the Destroyer. We'll see you in about 3 years. We'll see.
Basically. Okay. So Night of Champions as well. We're going to have. I think we'll do number one contenders match: Edge versus Cena.
Yes. Wait, actually, I'm trying.
We're gonna have Bryan definitely wins.
Yeah.
Bryan definitely wins the WWE title. Intercontinental title. Sorry, Daniel Bryan versus Christian. At Night of Champions. Edge versus Cena. Number one contenders match. Fucking hell. And Vince returns demanding Brett to quit. Tells him to screw himself. Major.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I guess what I would suggest here, obviously Bryan beats Christian, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cena beats Edge, and then on the next night, Edge requests a trade to SmackDown because he's not getting a title match on Raw because he's.
Yes, and then the trade is just out of stupidity. Miz is traded to Raw.
Miz is already on Raw.
Oh, I saw he is. Yeah. Now we're starting that feud. So who will we give for Edge?
I'm trying to think.
Is it CM Punk? No, he's still on Raw.
It's CM Punk. Yes.
Excellent. Bryan beats Christian. Becomes the new IC champion. Cena beats Edge by submission because that's pretty much how most of their matches ended anyway.
Yeah.
To become #1 contender. Randy Orton retains the WWE title. And Brett is still refusing to quit. Lovely. Next night,
And then
Edge
Edge demands trade. And then I guess here you
granted by Brett for CM Punk.
Yeah, and then I guess here you have Jericho get punted by Orton as well.
Yeah, he's gone.
And then I would say at the end of the night, due to all of this chaos, Vince just comes out and decides to fire Brett because he won't quit.
Mm-hmm. We'll make it that's his reason for firing him, losing control, which I think is the right way to do it.
Yeah. But obviously this isn't the end of Brett. He does come back eventually.
Yes. What's up, Nick? How are you doing? This is where it's going to get really good for us now. Like,
I guess we could go back. We could go back to the arc of the Nexus causing chaos, and then that forces Vince to bring Brett back.
Yeah, because he realized actually I was wrong the whole time.
Yeah.
But he tells him if he loses control one more time, that's it. He's gone.
Yeah.
The Nexus
maybe this is where they attack Vince. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll do this. The Nexus returns from a week off. Like the Nexus were given a week off for the win. It's for the whole SummerSlam win and then Night of Champions. They were given a week off as holiday pay.
Yeah, because they didn't want them interfering in the title match.
Exactly. Vince rehires Brett following an attack from the Nexus on Vince and Orton because the champion now needs to be vulnerable.
Okay, yeah.
And we need Orton to definitely get some damage because obviously Orton's about to go into his now big storyline.
Yeah.
Like Orton's now going to be the
Hell in a Cell. Who's Orton facing?
Wade Barrett. Like Orton demands Wade Barrett.
Okay. But Cena's the #1 contender. Oh wait, no, it's Cena because Cena's the #1 contender.
Yeah. So what we'll do is Punk's now obviously on Raw.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is instead of Cena getting his title match straight away, Cena gets confronted by Punk saying that he's not good enough to be champion, even though we know Cena's had to tell him multiple times.
Yeah.
He's basically dismissing it. So Cena then decides, I'm going to delay my title shot and he's going to take care of Punk at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
And obviously that then begins the...
This is the beginning of their stories.
Yes. Punk dismisses Cena's right to be WWE champion Cena delays title match to Survivor Series and faces Punk at Hell in a Cell. Orton demands Barrett at the pay-per-view. Brett grants the match and makes that Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
And also, even though it doesn't matter in this case, I would selfishly have Undertaker win the title from Kane in their Hell in a Cell match.
Same here.
For two reasons. One, because the pallbearer heel turn made no sense.
Yeah, it was really crap.
And two, in this story, Edge is still a heel, so he could beat the Undertaker.
Yes, I like that.
Because we're obviously going to get to WrestleMania 27 in this booking. I would have Christian beat Edge there and retire him.
I like that. Undertaker wins the World Heavyweight Championship from Kane. Edge turns heel following the match.
Well, he doesn't turn heel. He was already a heel.
All right. Edge then attacks Taker after the match.
Yeah. Circa 07s.
Absolutely. Edge
that can be how he makes his presence felt.
Yeah. Because that's Survivor Series next, isn't it? Or is it bragging rights? No, it is.
Yeah, it's bragging rights. Yeah.
Yeah. So Edge versus Undertaker are bragging rights.
But they can still announce it for Survivor. They can still announce it for Survivor Series because obviously bragging rights that takes precedence over singles feud days.
I suppose, yeah. So that's another important change because we're keeping Taker with Paul Bearer because he takes them both out at the same time.
Yeah,
which is actually a monumental story push. So we got that. Punk beats Cena. I think Punk should beat.
Yeah, I think that makes sense because obviously Cena probably will end up winning because of the whole at Mania because of the whole Rock thing that happens the following night, which makes sense.
Exactly. Orton retains the WWE title versus Barrett. And then what we'll do as well, Bryan defeats Christian and Miz in a triple threat submission match.
Interesting.
Because we're going to add, Miz obviously gets into it, and then Miz is going to take the title from Bryan at TLC in a ladder match. Yeah. And then we're going to have Bryan regains the title at WrestleMania.
Okay.
Okay, so we got that. Just for the absolute entertainment, bragging rights. Who the fuck cares?
Literally.
Because no one cared about bragging rights, because I sure as hell didn't.
So I guess just for the sake of this, we have no title. We have no title matches, and it's all just champion versus champion.
Yeah. In fact, we'll be some generosity here. Raw wins.
Yeah.
Because pretty much that is what pretty much happens anyway.
Not in real life, no.
No, true. SmackDown does. Survivor Series 2010. Edge wins the world title.
Yeah.
Who are we gonna have for the WWE title?
I guess this is where Cena gets his matches because it got delayed.
Cena versus Orton, WWE title. Cena wins.
But I don't know actually. No, not yet. Barrett causes a DQ.
Bryan versus Miz. First match.
So is Miz winning the first match, or?
Miz wins by DQ, yeah.
Yeah. And I guess this is just Bryan gets annoyed and just hits him with the belt or something.
Yeah. Which is actually much more fun.
Yeah.
But then the fact that we're going to have Miz win the title in a ladder match at TLC is crazy good. Okay. Yeah, that's...
And then I guess for TLC, I guess Bret Hart will... Like he basically just calls an end to this whole Nexus thing. And he makes Cena, Orton, Barrett a TLC match. And if Barrett doesn't win, he has to leave the Nexus.
Yeah, I like that. The fact that that was the main event as well is embarrassing. The chairs match.
Yeah.
There wasn't even a WWE title match on this. Oh wait, no, never mind. There it is, tables match. I forgot about that. That horrible tables match.
Another embarrassment.
And then Morrison had the ladder match to win #1 contendership.
Which I guess in this case we can keep that, but Sheamus wins instead because Cena wins the title here. Because
King Sheamus, yeah.
And also he's King of the Ring. Why are you making him lose one?
Exactly. And Dolph Ziggler had the IC title in a triple threat against Swagger and Kingston. Daniel Bryan, I forgot, he had Ted DiBiase for the US title.
Yeah.
So we're going to have, for this one, Bryan...
Oh, see, there you go. Semi-retired professional wrestlers.
Yeah. Who will we have for that, actually? In the IC title for TLC.
Interesting.
Actually, no, we've already got Miz versus Bryan. What am I saying?
Yeah.
Miz versus Bryan. IC title ladder match. Miz wins.
Mm-hmm.
Should we have like some interference, or he just wins outright?
I'd say he just wins outright because there's no reason for anyone to need to interfere this. Miz wasn't aligned with anyone at this. Well, he was aligned with Alex Riley, but I don't want that.
We don't care about Alex Riley. He's out. So triple threat. Actually, we'll do that. Brett announces triple threat WWE TLC title match. If Barrett loses, he must leave the Nexus. I suppose at this point, technically, CM Punk was part of the Nexus, wasn't he?
Not at this point, no.
Oh, he joins.
He joins he takes over like 2 weeks after this
because of the steel cage match.
Yeah.
Okay, so Barrett loses, he must leave the Nexus. But that makes so. Are we still going to have him? Are we still having Barrett lose?
Yeah.
Or do you want to have Barrett wins, but it's a short reign and he loses it inside the steel cage and Punk screws him?
Okay, yeah.
So that's Cena's... Orton wins the title due to outside interference, so it's Barrett versus Cena versus Orton.
Yeah.
Barrett wins and becomes WWE champion. Thus stays in the Nexus, which is a good idea.
Yeah.
I think for Impact's sake, I know it's a bit harsh on him, but I think it should be a one-day reign.
1 day, yeah.
Just
to make it feel like oh, you really thought you were getting away with this, and now you're out.
Exactly. Orton next night on Raw demands title shot rematch inside a steel cage.
Yeah. And then Barrett says no, but Brett overrules him.
and re-invokes the if you lose, you are out of Nexus. So that adds even more jeopardy to the match.
Yeah.
Not only is his title on the line, if he loses, he's out of Nexus. Brian versus Miz IC title rematch. And Miz gets intentionally disqualified.
Is it too early for Royal Rumble qualifiers? Is it?
Well, this was December, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's late December. I'm pretty sure.
December 19th, yeah.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble was January 30th, so you had practically what, like 7?
I guess you could start here then.
You had like 6 or 7 weeks to the Royal Rumble, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Steel cage. Steel cage. WWE title. Randy Orton regains the title following Punk screwing Barrett and takes control of the no. Takes control of the Nexus.
You were about to call them the core already, weren't you?
No, it's because I hit Control N and set up a new tab, a new window by mistake. Takes control of the Nexus, and Barrett is kicked out. Already, we've made this better.
Yeah,
because we've saved ourselves from the fucking Miz WWE title run.
Yeah, which was unnecessarily long, which was
far too long. I think for the sake of it, Bret Hart, we should do Bret goes up to WrestleMania 27, and that's it. Because we'll be here for quite a while. So I think Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and WrestleMania 27. Yeah. And I think for the saying's sake, I think we should end it the way 26 ended. I think it should in reverse. Vince versus Bret, Chairman versus GM. Vince wins, and that's the end of Bret as
GM.
Yeah, but how we get to it is the only. How we change it though is the only thing.
Okay. So we're gonna have a lot of chaos go on.
Right, that's my last break of the night. Okay, right. So the Royal Rumble that year, 2011, was won by Del Rio.
Well, that's not happening in this story.
Yeah, we're giving it to Christian.
Yes, we are.
Right, so Randy Orton is champion again.
Yeah.
Barrett is now out of Nexus and Punk is in charge.
Yeah.
Do we still need to have the core?
No, not really, I guess.
Thank God.
And anyway, that's SmackDown. They go to SmackDown, so.
That's true. Okay, so what will we do then?
What is the title match here?
The Royal Rumble. The title match at 2011
was Randy Orton versus The Miz.
Yeah, and Edge versus Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
God almighty, that's bad. The Royal Rumble participants as well, Bryan and Punk were actually number 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Which is wild. But will we make changes?
Well, for one, I'm not having 40 men in the Rumble, so there's a change.
Yeah. So we'll definitely do that. Royal Rumble is not 40 men. Alberto Del Rio does not win the match. Destiny defeated.
Well, delayed, which we could tell.
Good idea.
Because for the whole Summer of Punk purposes, we still unfortunately need him involved.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot Alex Riley eliminated Kingston and Cena. It is really annoying.
Miz eliminated Cena. Miz.
No, Alex Riley did.
No, I'm pretty sure Miz eliminated him.
They've gave it on
because that set up the build to Mania. That's
it came in assisted, yeah, but they've gave the elimination to him. It's annoying though that the way this match
yeah, I know why, because Miz wasn't a legal member. Miz wasn't a legal participant, so it doesn't count. Miz was.
Yeah. The final 4 people of this match was Santino, Del Rio, Orton, Kane. And the fact that Santino and Alberto Del Rio were the final 2, like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But we're giving the win to Christian, and I actually want the final 2. So actually, I want the final 3 to be Punk, Christian, Barrett, and Christian eliminates them both.
But what's the WWE title match going to be then if Punk's in the Rumble?
Punk was already in the Royal Rumble anyway. I suppose what we could do then. This was actually, you know what's even funnier? This event was only 5 matches. Well, actually, 4 actually. One was a dark match. And they were all 4 title matches. I suppose we could do Randy Orton versus Randy Orton did eliminate Sheamus. Actually, did eliminate Randy Orton in that match. Oh no, Randy Orton eliminated Sheamus.
Yeah.
I suppose we could just have Randy Orton versus Sheamus as the title match then. King Sheamus versus Orton.
Yeah.
Orton retains?
Yeah.
Christian wins the Rumble and then confirms he is leaving Raw to go for the world title on SmackDown. Like, he declares it the minute he wins the Rumble. Like, he's leaving. He's not wasting time. He's just going.
Yeah.
Rumble ends with Edge and Christian face to face.
I like that.
I think that's a very good climax.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then in this story, that can be the last thing that Brett has responsibility over.
Yeah. Wait, Brett, he loses the Royal Rumble winner. Like, that could set up the McMahon return, that the Royal Rumble winner chose not to go for the WWE title, and it annoys Vince.
Yeah.
Vince returns on Raw, declares that Brett is now on job review, as Christian chose to go to SmackDown, not stay on Raw. Brett protests, declaring as an absolute amazing response, it is in the rule book that the winner can go anywhere. And then announces at the Elimination Chamber the WWE title match will be Orton versus
Punk.
Yep. CM Punk, and there will be a number one contenders match to determine who will face the champion at WrestleMania 27. Already, that's so good.
Yeah.
And Cena did win the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
So I think, by proxy, keep the same.
Yeah.
And then
Punk beats Orton.
Yeah. I'm thinking as well here, because Bryan also retained, again, he retained the title on a dark match versus Ted DiBiase by submission.
Just have that on the card. Just have Miz
versus DiBiase.
Yeah.
Winner versus...
not even winner faces Bryan. Just has Miz versus DiBiase as a way of Miz ducking Bryan. And then Bryan comes out and attacks Miz after the match.
I like that. Miz versus DiBiase. IC title. Miz wins and Bryan attacks, setting up their rematch for WrestleMania. Iron Man match. Because I actually think they could go that distance. Well, realistically, they could. I mean, Miz actually went decent before. I think they could do a 30-minute match.
Yeah. Because obviously Triple H and Undertaker, they still have to have their 30-minute match as well.
Exactly.
Because that's the only good match on that god awful card.
Exactly. Undertaker returns and is challenged by Triple H for WrestleMania after retiring HBK at Mania 26, maintaining storyline continuity. CM Punk wins the WWE title.
And I would say with help from the Nexus as well. I would, because that will play into Orton's plans for Mania.
And Chyna wins the Elimination Chamber. Christian on commentary watches Edge retain the world title in the chamber. I'll keep that because that was a chamber match, except this time Edge is a heel, not a babyface.
Yeah.
And that maintains their match for WrestleMania. But this time I'm not having the world title be an opening card. That's just stupid. Yeah. Right, WrestleMania 27. We'll still have, for continuity's sake, The Rock still hosts it, but The Rock doesn't have Ages as a opening segment.
Yeah, and he's not interfering in the main event even. He's
absolutely.
If you couldn't be bothered to show up in real life at WrestleMania 41, you're not showing up here again.
Exactly. Rock is host for WrestleMania 27.
Like you're a host, and that's all you're.
Yeah, Edge versus Christian for the world title, and Cena versus Punk.
Hold on, I've just got to go get my buzzer.
Yep. How about this? See, as a one-night thing.
Yeah.
How about for the control of Monday Night Raw? Batista, because it's our timeline. Batista screws Brett.
Oh yeah.
Which would be fit.
And it can just be like a one-night thing.
Yeah. So Christian wins. I didn't realize King of the Hill is still going. Edge retires. Cena wins the WWE title. Summer of Punk is about to begin.
Mm-hmm.
Batista returns and Batista bombs Bret Hart. And McMahon gets the pins Bret to end Bret's run as GM. Brian wins the IC title because it's a 30-minute match. We'll say 3-2.
Yeah.
Undertaker beats Triple H.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yeah.
end of Bret Hart in WWE as the Raw GM. He had a good run.
Yeah.
Whew. Right, and at 3 hours, wow, 3 hours 41 minutes. I had no idea. That's crazy. We did that in 1 hour and 41 minutes. Obviously, excluding a few breaks in between.
Yeah.
But that was fun. There we go. Tomorrow, 2K25 stream, and then Tuesday reviewing Raw, and then Wednesday back on here for that. And obviously next weekend we're doing SummerSlam, so if you want to join me as well for that, you're more than welcome. And anyone that wants to join for the SummerSlam preview and predictions, you're all more than welcome. We're going to do both nights on the same show. That'll be fun. But anything you want to add before we disappear for the night?
I'm just thankful for the break of the G1 so I can actually rest up for a bit. So.
Hell yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Please do check out more content from the Weekly Steelchair, and we will see you in the next one. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Take care, everyone. Have a good night.
It's my life in the box in front of me. Taking talk in my arms is the soul of me. You walk